Hello out there to everyone in the Snortex. Big ups. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me today on yet another podcast, but he will get his beloved Chick-fil-A. I won't be streaming that long. Maybe I'll make a video out of it, or maybe I'll come back later and stream, or maybe we'll just review it tomorrow. I'm not sure. But since we have a little while here, about a half hour or so, generally speaking, before Phil decides to show up, which the man can't ever be on time. But nonetheless, I'll keep an eye on Raw Phil so that we don't have to give his pathetic ass a view. Like I say, big ups to everybody who is hanging out. What I want to look at is a clip that we have from the lovely Snort Burnell that just kind of reviews some of the meltdowns that he had yesterday that were actually pretty good. It was a pretty good day yesterday, all things considered. So again, big ups. Thank you for hanging out. Let's just go on ahead and get rolling here.
This is how to play the game. Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude. I have to warn everyone.
I still like how he sat and did like 10 minutes of overtime waiting for 18 bucks. Yeah, and then I don't know who gave him that 130. I mean, I'm assuming only Iced Cuck.
Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
No. This is hilarious. Will you be removing the crown from your background? Will you...
First stream of the day, and Pigroach comes straight to fight after 2 days of rest that he obviously needed from working a lot. And I said the same thing yesterday too, that he really just seemed like he was looking for a fight, trying to fight. I don't really know what his deal was, but he was really just kind of raring to go.
Will you be changing the name of your goal from King's Tax? Because those were ideas given to you by the Kino Casino. So let me get this straight. You actually think that the King moniker was given to me by the Kino Casino?
Well, I mean, you should have probably rolled with that because it would have sounded better than what you actually said. If you get 100 likes, do we get a silly bubble blow? I was thinking about doing something with bubbles, but a lot of other people do that too. So I've been trying to think of something different, but I don't really monitor my likes. It's not that I can't, I just don't. But if it's something a lot of people ask for, I try to incorporate it. And for the folks that are members, we have some new emotes. The Skip Juice emote is here. Popular demand from good old a lot of people. Just a good old snort one as well. And then, of course, we have the wheelchair donations. So those are the new ones for the folks that are members of the channel.
Are you retarded?
Specifically, Twitch terminated the agreement following its investigation.
Here, let's pull back that beautiful bean footage here just a tad because I want to catch this whole thing in one go.
Specifically,
Sounds good to me.
No. This is hilarious. Will you be removing the crown from your background? Will you be changing the name of your goal from King's Tax? Because those were ideas given to you by the Kino Casino. So let me get this straight. You actually think that the King moniker was given to me by the Kino Casino? Are you retarded?
specifically, Twitch terminated the agreement following its investigation of repeated instances of inappropriate conduct involving hateful slurs.
I really love that Snort Burnell threw that clip in there. I love the little wheelchair with the bag of money because it's not a person. It's just a bag of money because that's obviously how he, sees these people as just a bag of money. So I thought I was particularly clever there. I will toot my own horn on that one. But yeah, this is why, fucking Twitch got rid of you. But okay.
I was known as the king of hate since my
If YouTube followed its own rules, they would have already removed Pigroach's partner just like Twitch did.
early days in the FGC in the early 2000s. That was 25 years ago. The Kino Casino were barely born. The fuck
I think DSP is very, very aware of how irrelevant he is.
are you talking about? The king moniker is mine and always will be, and I can use it if I want, and I can stop using it whenever I want, and that's my prerogative and my decision to make. They didn't give me the idea to start using the moniker that I already had. They just gave me the confidence to start using it again because it doesn't have to be representative of hate. It's not. You can still be a king but not have to hate everything around you. In fact, it shows the evolution of the moniker.
That's what you say, but your hate for video games is too obvious. You hate the fact of getting up every day after drinking to be able to sleep and having to stream to live. It's very obvious that you don't really want to do anything more than drown yourself in your 3 addictions since you hate your life. This became much more pronounced after losing John Rambo and Panda Lee.
That it actually started off as something really negative and bad many years ago. But then, over time, it evolved, it changed, and I formed it into something positive, something that people like to meme about, that people like to joke about. We all know I'm not really a king, but let's be honest, it's fun. It's fun to joke about it. It's fun to have it in the intro. It's fun to have a crown behind me and have it be part of my whole online persona. It's a fun thing.
No.
They didn't give me the idea. What a ludicrous thing to say.
The editing is so good. We need a WWE Champions emote. Okay.
That's some real revisionist history there. And in fact, if anything, the fact that I'm going to take it and own it and roll forward with it positively is a way to jab them. Just like calling this show the Level 1 Podcast is a way to jab at Keemstar, who used this as an insult, but I've used it as a successful show for 3+ years and keep going. Get it? You turn a negative.
I love how he just got done calling somebody a retard, but now he's telling you how this is such a good thing and such a positive thing, and everything's very, very positive now.
Into a positive, you roll forward with it. That's how you survive in this online climate. You don't run with your tail between your legs. You don't act like a pussy or a sissy or a coward. And you certainly don't let people revise history in a ludicrous fucking way that's not even close to being.
I can come up with something like Bubbles, or if you guys just, want Bubbles, I can do something like that. I can attempt to monitor, the likes or whatever a little bit.
True. I am a king.
Or maybe if he does something in particular, we can do Bubbles, because I honestly, I don't really check how many likes my my streams get or whatever. I'm appreciative of them, but I don't really pay attention to that very closely. But we can do something like, I don't know. I do. We've got the hair touch counter. We're ready to go. But I can try to think of something.
I'll always be a fucking king. Any day that I want, I'll put on the crown, I'll take off the crown. I be whatever I want because I've been here for 17 years and I earned that distinction. You get it?
No, he just decided he was the king of hate. And he tried to spin it at one point where the king of hate didn't mean that he hated everyone. It meant he was hated by everybody. So, and let me see. What does Snort Burnell say here? You're right. Since kings have been some of the most vile and disgusting human beings in all of history, you are certainly a king.
I've been here longer than anyone else, and I'll be here longer than anyone else until the day that I decide to turn off my stream. That'll be when I retire, and not a moment sooner. There's no one who could stop.
By the way, Pigroach's crown is a queen's, not a king's. That's how inept he is at buying his things.
I mean, there's no one who can do anything about it, and they got a fucking choke on it. The king is back, baby. He's here
Yeah, he started calling himself the king of hate.
to stay, and he ain't fucking going anywhere. No, I'm not getting rid of the king moniker and the king's tax because I like it.
Last chance if you would like to add to the King's tax for tonight. Make it a nice round 300 to end tonight to felt the detractors and make them cry.
Oh, the quote from Shrek. That's so good. Some of you dents may go broke and file for bankruptcy, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Oh, that was so good.
King of hate.
I'm not kidding you. This beta's been out for
Today, Pigroach was supposed to play the Fatal Fury beta again. Or wait, let me do this in English. Again, but he, a coward, was afraid of being humiliated. At this point, he should stop playing modern fighting games since his fragile ego can't stand losing.
2 days. It's been out Friday.
Really, the only thing this guy is fucking king of is like fucking sodium at this point, king of sodium. And really, king of begging.
Friday, Saturday. Today's the third day, Sunday. People have already completely destroyed this fucking game. What do I mean? There's already 100% guaranteed combos on the internet. There's already strategies laid out for each character. Here's the meta. Here's how you play this character at top level. Here's how they're dominant.
Yeah, I skipped over a lot of this yesterday, so it will be good to get some of this here today, because I skipped over a lot of this because I can't handle when he does this stuff about, you know, the games, because it's just so stupid.
They already know who like the top 3 characters in the game are. All of this has already been determined.
The guy who masturbated in front of thousands of children is furious because there are no more newbies in the beta to abuse and inflate his ego.
And the game's not out yet. I'm not kidding you. They figured out, oh, you can do air throws and they grab you off the ground. What? Yeah, it's not supposed to happen, but apparently it's a game bug right now. They're saying that they may patch this by the time the game comes out in late April, but maybe not. No one really knows. They're hoping it will be patched because T-Zoc, he's the pro wrestler, and he has a combo where he literally jumps and does aerial throw, which was to grab you out of the air, and it grabs you off the ground. It doesn't even make...
In the end, it seems that Pigroach has rage quit the beta and will no longer play it. Phil wants to shut off the internet so no one can spoil fighting games. He wants to turn off the internet in general, which is funny because he's so clearly addicted to it.
Makes sense. And you could do this to do 100% combo. There's characters where if you're...
He wants it, but he doesn't want anyone else to have it. But I mean, that kind of sounds the way he is about everything. He wants everything and everything that like every other person has. No one's allowed to have anything except for him. He needs it all. Needs it all, wants it all.
Have your back to the wall. They literally just dominate you. There's nothing you can do. They've already figured this out. The game isn't out yet. I want to repeat this. The game's not for sale. The game is, you know, no one's really played it more than a day, 2 days tops. They've already broken the game irrevocably. It's already all over the internet. The combos are there. The strategies are there. This is exactly what I've been telling you about in regards to the modern FGC and how they're all brain dead fucking stupid.
Maybe this just means that you learn too slowly. How long does it really take to learn what works and what doesn't in a fighting game? I'm no fighting game aficionado by any stretch of the imagination, but I've been around long enough to know that it shouldn't really take very long to figure out what things work for what characters and what doesn't.
They don't understand that because they are already spoiling this game before you can even purchase it, that they're ruining the experience of fun for those who want to play it.
I'm a whiner. It's baby Huey Phil is crying over there. Very good. He fucking rage quit the beta. The beta.
This is the third time in 1 month.
Karen Burnell has to live up to his name and tell us how he hates it when he buys something on Amazon and things don't appear next to him in a second. Yeah, this one's pretty good.
That my wife or I have ordered something from Amazon and it just doesn't show up. And in every case, the item has been lost. If one was the chair cover, remember I told you the original chair cover? That one was lost, same situation happened, and then the next day they updated the order and it said it was destroyed in transit and that they were going to issue me a credit. Okay? She had ordered something, I don't even know what it was.
You do, but you're not going to say, so that's fine.
And it just kept getting bumped every day. It kept saying, it's going to show up by 10, bumped. Going to show up by 10, bumped. Going to show up by 10, bumped. Finally, she contacted Amazon and said, what is going on? They said, we have no idea. We're just going to mail you another one. Okay? So basically last night, after this package, again, didn't show up, and they had no ETA, they said, oh, we're going to try to deliver it tomorrow, but we don't know what happened. Okay? I contacted Amazon last night. Now, of course, when you contact them after hours, you're not going to get someone who's domestic. You get someone international. So I did the chat, and you could tell, you know, they're doing their best, but, you know.
What's wrong with somebody international? Oh, wait.
They basically probably are in a call center or whatever. So they're just going to try to help me, right? And I said, here's the situation. I have no confidence this thing's going to show up because this is the third time in a month this has happened, and the item never shows up. So what I would like to do is cancel this order. And right now, if you give me a credit, I'll just buy it again because the item was available to reorder immediately and have it at 10 a.m. this morning. Okay?
I'm a Karen.
So I said, no problem. I'll reorder. I'll have it by 10 a.m. with a different delivery person. So they said, okay, no problem. Sir, we're going to do exactly what you want. This makes sense. Let's cancel your order, give you credit, and then you can immediately order the replacement. Okay, cool, do that. So they said they did it. I checked my account. It said I had the credit. It's in the account. Cool. So I go and I place the order for the replacement Lego set. Right? It's about $50, by the way, this Lego set. So it's a good one. It's a pretty good quality one. They're expensive, but it'll be a good build. Hopefully we can get it all done on the marathon. It won't take too many
$50 is expensive to the man who made like $600 the other day.
hours, right? But I figure we could probably do in 2-3 hours, maybe. We'll see. So I reorder the item, and then I look at my account, and it says, refunded, return the item when you receive it. I said, what?
Karen Burnell.
So I'm like doing a double take. It now says I have 2 orders for the same item. But the original order had already been canceled, and I got a credit. So how could there be an order for that and now a new order for the same item? This doesn't even make sense, right? So
I don't understand why he just doesn't send the wife out to pick this shit up. You know, if he's streaming all day, quote unquote, and he's too busy, or why doesn't he pick this shit up when he goes out on his one precious day off? Or, hey, on your way home from work, stop at Target and pick up this fucking thing that I gotta do, or whatever. Like, or stop at, well, no, they're too good for Walmart, but, you know, like, stop somewhere and get this thing.
look at one. One is my new order. I just placed it. Okay. So now let me look at this other one. So you know what it says? The only way for this to be closed, you have to receive the item. And once you receive the item, then you have to physically return it to us. Now, we already gave you the refund, but you still have to return the item to us. What are you talking about? Never was this discussed with me at all with the customer service.
I don't even buy a millionth of the things that he buys on Amazon, but I understand that if a product is already in the delivery process, it can't be canceled. But after receiving it, you can return it without any problems and at no cost. Pigroach is a moron. Well, we knew that.
Person. All I said I wanted to do was cancel the order entirely so I could use the credit to order the next one. I could have it this morning. Okay.
Yeah, he was off Friday and Saturday. And I'm assuming went out and did some kind of shopping, the little consumer that he is. I don't think he goes one day without buying something.
So they didn't tell me any of that in the conversation we had. They basically lied and said they were canceling the order. They didn't cancel the order. What they did is they set it up as a refund and return, which isn't what I need. I needed the order canceled. All right? So basically, I said, what is going on? I don't need 2 Lego sets. All right? So then I said, all right, well, it sounds like there's no way to cancel the order then. Like, they don't know what they're doing. So what I'll do is I'll just cancel the reorder, and I'll just have to sit around today and wait and see if this thing actually shows up.
Where else you going? What else are you doing? What do you mean you have to sit around and wait? What else do you fucking have going on?
And if it does,
This is just a fucking recap from yesterday, G-Curse. This is him going off about how he can't order on Amazon correctly and is just a complete fucking bozo.
doesn't, well, I've already gotten the refund, right? If it never shows up, I've already gotten the refund for it. All right? So I cancel the order, the reorder. So now there's no reorder. Now there's only one order in my account, but it says,
Refunded already. Return the item when it shows up, but I want the item. So what I'm thinking is, if the item shows up, keep it. I am a thief. And then if they say, well, we got to rebill you, then bill me. That was the point to begin with. Bill me for the
How can somebody get so twisted around and confused?
item. You're the one who
How can somebody who orders so much online, so much from DoorDash and so much from fucking probably eBay, Amazon, fucking QVC, all that home shopping garbage, all that everything. I've never known someone to have so much trouble with everything that they do. But see, he's got to have everything immediately. You know, okay, it didn't show up when it was supposed to. That doesn't mean that you cancel it. Just hang on a fucking minute and figure out what's going on. Because now you're refunded, now you're buying it. That just sounds fucking stupid. Just wait for them to be like, either my bad, we lost it, or I'm sorry, it's going to be late. Doing all this, like, I don't know. The guy is just doing too much. And this is the kind of shit that keeps him quote unquote busy. Arguing with Amazon and cancel and reorder and calling, the other day when he couldn't get the food that he wanted, he was calling the restaurant and calling the fucking DoorDash driver and this and that and what's going on. Put your shoes on, get in your car, go get it, come home and eat it.
Who screwed this?
He does. The man fucking goes in circles and does all this fucking extra work and then tells you how hard that he works, but he's making himself do all of this fucking work.
Up to begin with by not delivering it and then not canceling it like you say, because I don't want 2 Lego sets and I don't want to have to return a Lego set. You can't. I canceled the reorder. Yes, you can't cancel the original at all. There's no way.
Don't ask me how. You just can't cancel it in their system. All right? So that's why I was supposed to have the Legos today to show you and say, hey, here's the hitters. Let's get hyped for the birthday. They wouldn't.
So if you're you're doing Legos on your birthday, as you call it. So then what the fuck did you need them today, which was yesterday, because this is a clip from yesterday. Then what did you need them yesterday for? Calm your happy ass down a little bit. Give something a little bit of time. You can't just fucking, at Accio and just fucking have the Lego set. Shit just doesn't apparate out of fucking thin air, bro.
Have given it to me. All right? So there's nothing I can do about it.
Phil is a thief and a scammer.
Zoom all the way out now. Here, outfit. There we go.
And now we have Pigroach playing Inzoi. He prefers walking simulators to his beloved fighting games.
That's fine. That's fine to start. All right. Here we go. Use the AI to create a clothes design. Oh, I don't know how to do that.
Every character has to look like him, be named him. Every emote has to be a picture of his fucking face or some kind of thing. I've never known someone to be this, just shitty in general. He's not attractive. He's not intelligent. He's not funny. He's a shitty, raging narcissist that's clearly so in love with themselves and has to see their fucking face everywhere.
I think we're fine to start. I want to actually play the game, so... Okay.
He wants his own personal fucking shopper. That's what he wants. But, isn't that what you got married for? Write down the shit that you want, walk downstairs, hand her the piece of paper. Hey, go get me this shit. And if you get me the wrong shit, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you. Go get me my stuff. What the fuck do you think you're here for?
For some reason, he has glasses in the thumbnail. I don't know why. So I'm just going to start with me. I'm not going to make any family members or anything right now. I just want to start the game. Create a family. The Burnell family. There we go.
All right. So thank you, guys. 90 minutes. Let's hit the goal. We're at 108. 42 to
His new profile picture on Twitter, I have not. No, I haven't seen it.
go to hit the goal and get towards our Minecraft meal this week at McDonald's, which I'm very excited to try later on in the week once we hit.
That's probably why he orders everything, because he's always too fucking drunk to go anywhere. And he knows better than to ask him to go get it. No, you stupid fucking son of a bitch. Go get your own stuff.
90 goals. But let's get it going. Let's start strong. Let's hit that goal.
Why can't Kat drop off the return on the way to work? Why can't she just go somewhere? Don't she work at I don't know, don't she work? I thought she worked at a mall. Maybe I'm behind the times. I don't know. But surely between where they live and where she works, they pass something. They pass the fucking Target. They pass the Walmart, something where she can go in and get it.
In the next 90 minutes, guys, any support greatly appreciated. Like I said, I'd like a gifted sub on Kick would be great, especially because it's end of the month, Thank you for that. All right, let's continue. Here we go. When you
Oh yeah, he's really gonna milk those fucking super chats and those memberships and gifted memberships because it's the last day of March. This is the last day to make all the money that he can to go into that April YouTube check.
watch me on a stream, you're getting pure, unadulterated Phil. You're getting out of me my pure, opinion on the matter. For the most part, it's pure Phil. You're getting the real deal. You're not getting the fake acting Phil. You're not getting a Muppet.
Jazzling. Jazzy? You say jazzy?
Except for the fact that when he tells you that he was edgy and saying all the slurs, that it was an act. but then it's not an act. You're getting real authentic, him, except for when he says something stupid, then that wasn't him. That was just a character that he was playing. I Googled Lego store near Renton. If Piggy would take a 22-minute drive, he would go to one.
Oh, man. What now? He's going back to the computer. Oh, my God. This guy just sits at the computer all day.
Oh, that's a really great shot right there. This is what he aspires to play. Any game in which you basically do nothing. That beings with an IQ of negative 300 pay him money to live comfortably drowned in his 3 addictions.
What's he doing?
Look at him working hard. Nice big old stretch there. Big old yawn.
Oh, what the hell is he doing? Read about recent issues, so he's trying to educate himself on news, I guess. All right.
So right now is the time for us to hit the goal. What are we, like 18 bucks away? 20 bucks away? Last chance, guys. 10 minutes to go. Let's do it. Let's hit the goal for Inzoi. Phil has indoctrinated children across of YouTube to believe and everything he says and does is true. And he has indoctrinated them to send him money.
Say it's hard to trust them. Ask them to become your colleague. I don't know what that means. Ask them to become your colleague? In what? Maybe in business? Well, she's leaving.
The virtual emulating reality. That's how Panda Lee left Pigroach, too.
She left. She didn't say goodbye. She just left. All right. All right, well, let's save.
All right. So, guys, here's the
Demanding money since he feels entitled to his viewers' money. There was a disgusting overtime, it was about 10-15 minutes, to milk every last dollar possible.
deal. This is the end of the stream. Someone's going to drop this 18 bucks so we can hit the goal, right? I mean, come on. We've got a good audience today. People were interactive.
I can't imagine the audacity. One of you is going to give me $20, right? I mean, come on.
People were supportive. We're literally
That blows
18
my mind.
bucks. We can't hit that? We're just going to let the stream not count?
His financial situation is so bad right now that he can't even fake a tip of $18. It smells like emergency streams to cover the medical expenses, of Cat's fake cancer.
I mean, if that's the case, then fine. It's not the end of the world. But I think that's silly that we were this close, right?
Come on, you guys. Give me your money. Stop being so silly. This is just, enough with the skylarkings, okay? And the shenanigans. Give me $20. I mean, come on.
Exactly. Ask and you shall receive. We're so dang close. 18 bucks. That's what.
I can't imagine the audacity.
4 subs. That's 6 memberships.
But yeah, guys, you gotta understand, and I'm gonna say this, I say this all the time, I'll say it again. I used to say it about YouTubers. Now I'll say it about Twitch streamers. You have to be aware of who you're watching and who you're supporting. All right?
Yes, you do.
They want to make they want to take your money and make $1 off of you. They're not interested in actually putting out content that's worthwhile, or content that has longevity, or content that even in their eyes will entertain a viewer. All they're interested is this. And that's why they jump on these fads. When you choose who you're going to watch on Twitch or on YouTube or anywhere, you have to find someone who abides by the philosophies and beliefs that you also abide by. And if you see someone who's doing shit like that and you can tell they're doing it just to make a buck off of you, then why would you watch? Heart, I did play Fatal.
Pigroach refused to leave without those 18 bucks. One of my favorite sayings, the lion, the witch, and the audacity of this bitch. I mean, I'm saying, come on, you guys, 20 bucks. You don't have $20. Now all of a sudden you sound like that fucking, that chick on Twitch or whatever. You don't have $5. You're so fucking broke that you don't have $5.
Fury, dude, seriously,
You're the one who sounds broke. When you're begging for 5, 10, 20 bucks, you're the fucking one who sounds busted. I did see the Phil Dent. We played that clip yesterday.
Playing about nothing. So, the Chad old DSP would play every fighting game. Now today he's playing walking sims. We played it already. We played it in the first beta. it lagged. This beta apparently doesn't lag as bad, but people have broken the game and it's not even fun to play. They've already got all the strategies.
You sit here all day and you don't have, you know, it $5 or $10. I bet you everybody here right now has $5 or $10. Why should they give it to you? Like, I'm sorry, what?
Online. The game is fucking stupid now. Like, the whole point of playing a new fighting game is you're supposed to have fun at the beginning, just messing around, learning stuff. They've already fucking wasted that time. Everyone put everything on the internet. Oh, here's how you play every character. What a fucking bunch of idiots. It really pisses me off how the modern FGC is so dumb.
Philipper is live right now, but we only got like 3 or 4 minutes here if I shut the fuck up and let us get through this. So we'll get a few minutes of skip juice and then we'll go head over to Raw Phil and we'll watch.
It really does. Like, I don't even know how you can be that vapid in your head, have a fucking empty, vacuous space to know that if you spoil the game within 2 days of the beta being out, that you ruined the fucking game and no one wants to play it.
You know, everyone doesn't play the beta. I'm just saying.
But I guess they really are that dumb. Op360 Tom, 5 gifted subs. Thank you, Op360 Tom. In fact, that was more than we needed.
Who is this Op360 Tom? They've bailed his ass out before.
It's $25 of support, so we've done it. Thank you, Op360 Tom. I really appreciate it. $100 for Hogan's.
What happened to DSP Throwback?
Boy, he'll fucking remember the day he fucking did that. Last night, Pigroach confirmed that another mod broke Pignosis. Apparently, it was Darziak.
The channel is on an indefinite hiatus. I can give you full details about that on the podcast tomorrow. I don't want to go into it today. It's a combination of factors between cost, actual interest and engagement, and one of the editors having to go on hiatus.
So we'll see if he actually talks about this today on the podcast. We'll see.
Indefinite hiatus. I can give you full details about that on the podcast tomorrow.
But no more, what the fuck is the channel? Throwback, apparently.
Tomorrow, I don't want to go into it today. It's a combination of factors between cost, actual interest and engagement, and one of the editors having to go on hiatus. So because of 3 things that are kind of going on at once.
One of the editors having to go on hiatus, huh? I thought you were a one-man show. Yeah, cost. What cost? Poor man wasn't getting anything.
We haven't really worked on the channel. I'm not even kidding you. You are the first person who asked. And there hasn't been a new video over there in about a week and a half. So that just goes to show you there wasn't much interest in the channel anymore, at least for the restoration projects we were doing.
I received a $130 tip. Is it a whale? It is a whale. Because it has those whale-like teeth that filter things. It looks like cones. He's got a big old eyeball.
Let's be very honest and transparent.
Pigroach can, if I could English, that'd just be fucking stellar today. Pigroach confirms that only OIC likes the game. Even Pigroach was yawning all night.
The attendance tonight was awful. Everyone left. Like, I'm not lying. Everyone left. We have like 150 people on the YouTube side. How many people?
What did he play last night? Oh, I can't remember the name of the game. Was it the Disco Elysium, or I'm sure I said it wrong. Whatever the fuck it was.
People were watching on the kick side. I'm just curious. 40. So this is record low attendance for this game. Okay? Record low. Engagement. Can I be honest? People weren't very engaged. People weren't really paying attention. Or if they were just listening in and weren't interacting at all.
Oh no. Damn.
They were just listening to me play and investigate and do the narrative stuff, right?
What's wrong with them just hanging out? You don't have to, you can be a silent lurker if you want to. What's wrong with that? Jesus Christ, calling out people. This man, you are so needy. Christ, I thought that like women were high maintenance and needy, and fucking a lot of them are. God, you're like a lady, dude.
Right? Support was phenomenal. But let's be honest, the support was phenomenal because we got one ginormous tip from Swiss Streets, right? So here's the deal. Like, I like the game, okay? But it's so different from a typical game that you would see me play that it's definitely...
Yeah, but he thinks that everybody is like him, optimist, and he doesn't like sports. So to him, the people who watch him play games, they're not, he does realize that people are going to watch the Super Bowl, but he doesn't pay attention to the football stuff. He doesn't pay attention to basketball, March Madness. He doesn't care about all that. And he thinks that he has this fucking crazy idea that everyone is just like him.
Not resonating with the audience. You can tell this is not resonating. When most of the audience left, right? It's not even about support. It's about the audience left. I don't know how I could make a game like this.
After years, I must admit that Pigroach is the best streamer. In fact, the only one who puts you to sleep like this. Not even Insomnia is a rival for his streams. Yeah, this man is the fucking sure cure for
More
insomnia.
interactive for you guys. If you guys wanted to talk, you could obviously tag me in chat, and no one was. I even had to say on the YouTube side, what happened? Are you guys there? To see if people were still awake and paying attention.
So what? So what if they're, so what if they're not paying attention? So what if they listen to your stream and they fall asleep? So what? That's fine. Jesus Christ. It's like you're not allowed to do whatever the fuck you want to do. It's like everyone's fucking 12 years old and you have to do what daddy tells you to do.
So tomorrow we'll be kind of back on track with the normal gameplay. And then Tuesday is going to be the Suikoden remake and either more Disco Elysium or I might return to fighting games. We'll see. Well, I'm curious if I should keep playing Disco Elysium. Maybe I should do Inzoi instead. I would be down for an Inzoi stream on Tuesday night.
That didn't go very well. You were begging for $20 like a crackhead. I don't think that one worked out very well for you either, bro. Up. Wakey.
There's still this back here. And it's still in the back of my neck, the back of my head.
I'm still calling it Sweet Hogan because that man can't say it either. So that's just pretty much the outro for Snort Burnell. And big ups. Great editing in those videos. I love those videos. So let's come on over. Shut up. Shut up. Man talks too fucking much. Let me see if I can get past this cringy king bullshit. It's like the very last thing before he fucking talks. It's so fucking cringy. There we go. Don't even want anyone to see it. It's so fucking painful.
Good morning, everyone. On today's show, it is the final
The hell was that on today's show? The fuck happened to you, dude?
day of March. And even though this awesome...
So if I could see those super chats, if people could be dropping those, 5, 10, 20 bombs of those gifted memberships, if everyone could become a member, that'd be great. Because hint, it's the last day of March. I need to pad that YouTube chat.
The month is ending, it doesn't mean that the awesome times are ending because we've got a lot of good stuff coming up, which we're going to talk about on today's show. Notably, we have a lot of topics to cover, including what's the future for Disco Elysium? What is the schedule now that I've got some new games thrown into the mix out of nowhere? Also, I want to get caught up on a lot of things going on. Notably, my birthday bash is in less than a week, and we still haven't...
Oh my God. My birthday bash. How old are you going to be, honey? 8, 9?
really solidified what we're doing for it, but I do have a big update in that regard. Also, it's DSP Tries It time because on this very stream, we'll be doing Chick-fil-A's Smokehouse Barbecue Sandwich, but we got to figure out what else I'll be ordering. So we've got a lot of stuff to talk about.
I'm usually not this petty, but I kind of hope that, like, they don't have the sandwich or they fuck up the sandwich or something like that. Again, I'm usually not this petty because I enjoy all the laughs I get out of this guy's expense, but I kind of just really hope that for some reason he doesn't get the sandwich.
A lot of updates and a lot of fun. It is a month-ending show on today's episode of the Level 1 Podcast.
Hint, hints. Let's get them memberships rolling, you fucking dents. Come on, you fucking bums. Where's Iron Cuck when you need him? Yeah, or even if like DoorDash like fucking like delivers it to the wrong house or something, or maybe he gets the order but like they forget the sandwich or something, or it's like wrong or something. Yeah, usually Chick-fil-A, they've got, good like quality service and everything. So it probably won't happen, but like I say, for some reason I just kind of wish that it did.
Alrighty, everyone. Well, good morning and welcome to the show. It's Monday, the 31st of March, 2025. Indeed, it is the final day of the month. It was a great month overall.
Well, we know that Cat's gone because Jasper's in there so he don't kill the birds he doesn't have.
Lots of great content, fun playthroughs, smart guys continuing, Lego builds finishing. We had a really good one, right? And
A Lego build finishing. Did he start a new one? And I like hit my head and went stupid.
Before we begin, everyone say hello to Jasper Kitty, our special guest this morning.
He is adorable. He really is.
I would just like to say thank you for a great start to the week. Yesterday, we hit goals on both streams, meaning we're now at 82 out of 90 goals hit. At 90 goals, the next DSP Tries It reward is the McDonald's Minecraft meal, which launches tomorrow here in the United States. So, if you're interested to see what comes in that meal, to see the special packaging, the collectible, and more, let's hit these goals this week and keep that momentum rolling.
Hasn't even given you the goal for 80 yet. I mean, granted, they're getting it today, but already talking about his not happy meal toys.
Thanks in advance. Now, also, with today being the final day of March, excuse me, it also means that today is a unique day where anything that you contribute today, I will basically benefit from right away. It doesn't matter if you contribute on the YouTube side with super chats and memberships or subs over on Kick. Of course, tips I always get immediately.
I don't know about right away. Whatever support he gets on YouTube today, he's not getting until April 21st. So today's the 31st. So that's literally 3 weeks to the day. So I don't know what right away is to Mr. Instant Gratification. Yeah, he'll get the money from Kick or whatever, but not the YouTube side. The YouTubers get paid once a month on the 21st. It is never earlier.
But since it's the end of the month, it means I'll be getting benefit from that right away. It's great to have a strong end of the month always. So if you like the stuff today, please contribute. Let's hit the goals. Let's get to 84 goals today, one on each stream, if not even better. And let's get that momentum continuing throughout the week. Let's get our first contributions of each kind. And let's go. All right. Cool. All right. So what is going on? A heck of a lot. All right. This week is a very busy week, but then we've got my birthday.
I didn't actually think he was going to come out and say it like that. Who the fuck says, hey, by the way, it's the end of the month. So like, it's like he's walking around like collecting everyone's dues. Like, hello, your money needs to be in. Your dues are due.
Birthday marathon coming up on Sunday. We've got a 100 goals celebration, which we have to now plan for.
We really don't have to plan for that right now. You haven't even done the reward, and I use that term so loosely, for hitting 80. You still have to hit 90, then do the stupid fucking birthday thing, and then we get to 100. Jesus, how many different things do we have to help you plan? Don't you have a woman for this?
Which we don't even know what it's going to be. Like, what's going to be the reward at all.
You need some friends to talk to about this or something. This is really not your viewers' fucking prerogative nor responsibility to tell you what you're going to do.
100 goals reached? I don't know, because we're already doing a marathon for my birthday, which kinds
Wow, he actually said birthday. I'm shocked.
of, changes things a little bit. Normally the marathon would be every 50 goals, right, Jasper? Right, buddy? But now
he's like, don't talk
we're
to
already
me,
doing
asshole.
one on Sunday. So what in the heck are we going to do for the 100 goals reached? I don't know. So we got to figure it out.
Again, we had this conversation yesterday. What do you mean, what are we going to do? You're going to pick some games that either nobody wants to see or they do want to see, but you blow ass at anyway. You're going to pretend like you get drunk, beg for money, and eat food. It's the same fucking shit that you do every day. I don't know how this fucking works. How does this keep working? It's the same formula over and over and over.
And we haven't even begun that discussion yet. But in reality, we didn't even figure out exactly everything we're doing on my birthday. Like, we know that I'm going to play Minecraft.
Okay.
We know that I'm going to build a Minecraft Lego set. And we know that I'm going to try this other new game that came out on Steam that you guys brought up, I guess, yesterday. I forget what it was called. Section 1, Sanction 1, Substance
3,
1.
4.
Something to do with like a drug.
Oh, we got 4 hair touches there. Let's get our hair touch counter up. And we're starting off with 4. Very nice.
Cartel or something, right? So I'm not sure what else we're doing that day. We are going to have food. My wife's going to make some food. Schedule 1. Thank you. It's called Schedule 1. So we have a few things lined up, but is that really enough for the entire birthday event? I don't know. Maybe on the birthday event, we just kind of see what else people want for people that are there.
So you're going to play Minecraft, beg for $100 to drink, and then you're going to eat, and then you're going to play Legos. Wow. It's like a fucking, I don't know. It's like a dream come true if you're in like 6th grade or something, except for the booze.
Some people are saying, play more Inzoi. Well, I'm going to be playing Inzoi this week. We'll talk about that a little bit because we played it yesterday out of nowhere. It wasn't originally planned, and I have some feedback regarding it.
Oh boy, we can't wait for your feedback. VLX, thanks for the 2, honey. The Lord abandons the wicked with unsauced buns.
And I'm curious what you guys thought.
Is that 5? Did he actually touch?
So we got a lot.
I'll go 5.
Kick is offline. You're right. Kick went offline. What happened? Kick went down. That's weird. That's only happened once before. Let me try again. That's weird.
He doesn't want to go out for his birthday, and he doesn't want to spend time with his wife. He wants to sit in here all day and clock out at the end of the night with $1,000.
Do you think Jasper touched the keyboard and turned off Kick?
No,
Maybe
I
he
do
did,
not.
because nothing else happened, and now it's working fine. I think Jasper might have touched the keyboard. I think Jasper was up here and he went boop, and he turned off Kick somehow. I don't even know how he did that.
Yeah, how would you do that? Does he know how to do that?
Yeah, I don't even know what button turns on and off the Kick feed. There's a button to click, but he didn't touch my mouse. But
Then he didn't do it, dumbass. Yeah, the cat turned off the fucking thing, you guys.
I think he did touch the keyboard. All right, that's pretty funny. Well, my apologies to the Kick viewers this morning. That was not intentional. I think Jasper accidentally turned the stream off. We'll know if Kick turns off again, then something is suspect. But I don't know what happened there. That was weird.
I'm telling you, I think he kind of likes begging. He tells you that he hates doing it. I think he likes doing it now more so than before because he doesn't quote unquote beg. He basically demands. He went from begging to demanding. And like fucking idiots, they give it to him. So
okay. Anyway, so
he does talk about Throwback because I just looked over where I was having my phone play Raw Phil, which is live, and he's on Throwback. So he does address this at some point, but will he tell you what's actually going on? No.
Oh, obviously, we need to plan for the birthday marathon, which we will today. We'll talk a little bit more about that. We need to talk about the 100 gold reward. But in addition to all of that, there's some other stuff going on. For example, I played Disco Elysium last night, and I have some mixed feelings about it, which I'd like to share with you. Notably, I'm wondering, is it something that I should continue playing or not? And it has nothing to do with support at all. Just being honest, okay? And then in addition to that, I want to give you guys a few different updates, one of which is about the DSP Throwback channel, because I got a few questions about it over the last few days, and I'd like to give everyone an update and go from there, okay? So we have a lot to talk about. We do. Ton going on. And
Well, then instead of saying we have a lot to talk about, which you've said like 3 times in the last 2 minutes, why don't you just talk about it?
once we get through all of this stuff, then we can maybe jump into some Q&A and stuff like that. There's no notable game news today. I've been looking for game news, not much.
Thank fuck
In
for
a couple
that.
days, we're going to be blasted with game news when the Switch 2 Direct happens, in which case that's probably going to be all the buzz and all the rage when it comes to gaming talk for like the next couple of weeks. So we'll get there, okay?
Good old
Okay.
snort.
Excuse me. So,
Hello?
let's talk. Where do we even begin? I don't even know where we began at this point. Here, let's just do this. Let's get the DSP throwback topic out of the way,
Two,
so that way we can
three,
move on to other stuff regarding the schedule wise and stuff like that. 'Cause this is
4,
kind of an unrelated topic.
5.
Okay, so
I'll just go on ahead and call that 6. We got 6 more hair touches there.
last year in January of 2024, I rebranded my old KO gaming channel that had been sitting unused on
Oh God, no, Grandpa, no. We don't need the whole story. We just want to know what happened to Darziak. That's all anybody wants to
to have
know.
other channels. So, for example,
Yeah, there's the new snort emote, there's the skip juice emote, and the wheelchair donation emote. They're brand new for those of you that are channel members.
I used to have DSP Street Fighter, and I used to have Red Dead
Oh, that was something. That was something right at 55.
DSP Street Fighter, and I used to have Red Dead DSP.
That was some kind of big whistle or something. I went back a little too
Safe or
far.
whatever. But then, over the course of several years,
Yeah, it's at 11:39:55. So I'm gonna
some
roll back a
ideas
little
started
bit.
to sprout up amongst the viewers. And one of the ideas was, did I ever think of possibly restoring some lost playthroughs? For example, I didn't always upload all my gameplay to the DSP gaming channel here on YouTube. I used to have other channels. So for example, I used to have
Here we go.
DSP Street Fighter, and I used to have Red Dead DSP, and I used
I don't know what else that could have been. I don't know what else that was like a long one too.
to have like Final Fantasy 13 DSP or something like that. I don't even actually remember what it was called. Maybe it was like Dark Side Phil Final Fantasy 13 or something like that. Now, the reason those channels existed is because
Kids out there screaming, I guess, on a Monday at 11 something when they're all at school.
way back when, over a decade ago, there were certain companies that were very copyright happy when it came to claiming stuff. Rockstar was one of them. Square Enix was
Why are we doing this?
a goodies. We found collectibles, artwork, old games, all kinds of stuff. But notably, one of the things that we found was all of the external hard drives that I used to use to store all of my original YouTube content. And these span from 2008 all the way through like 2018. It's like a ridiculous amount of time, a decade of archived footage. Now, after that, I decided I didn't need to back up stuff anymore because, you know, modern YouTube, you easily have ways to get these files, download them, etc. So, when we found those hard drives, Eureka, an idea hit. Phil, since you still have all of those original playthroughs hard stored on these hard drives, would you
I don't want to. I appreciate the skip juice because I because I love that emote. I don't want to. I don't want to skip over because whatever he says about Darziak, it's going to be really quick.
ever consider re-uploading them on the internet so people can now watch them again? And we talked about this for like 2 years, how to do it. Because my concern was, if I were to upload those videos here to DSP Gaming, this channel would be absolutely overwhelmed with gameplay videos. We already have hours and hours of videos that I upload to this channel a day. Now imagine uploading even more. Okay? Even more.
This channel is like filled to the brim with garbage, shitty, awful, like fucking 3-minute videos and shit.
And it's absolutely ridiculous. All right. So I didn't want to do that. And we waited and we talked about it. And finally, having working with certain people, editors behind the scenes and people who wanted to help out,
Who don't want to help your ass no more because you scare everyone away.
figured out a project. And the project was called DSP Throwback. Instead of being peach fuzz-like webcam style lighting adjustments, audio work on content that needs, I recommend you give it a look.
I'm trying to get through this like as much as I can. I might end up skipping the Darciak thing, but he's not going to say like, oh, the asshole finally broke Pignosis or whatever. So
We've done over the course of the channel in about a year and a half. Assassin's Creed 2, Resident Evil 5, Elder Scrolls 5, Skyrim, the original Mass Effect 1, Silent Hill 2 HD, which we did in conjunction with the Silent Hill 2 remake, Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare. Okay, there's way more than that. Let's actually go through all the playlists. Let's scroll all the way down here. So here we go. Final Fantasy 13, Red Dead Redemption 1, Fallout 3.
look at all this junk. Look at all this fucking junk. Because they're good games. There's a lot of good games. I personally fucking love LA Noire. I played the fuck out of that game. But it's like, it's him playing it.
LA Noire, that's right. The missing LA Noire playthrough was upscaled and uploaded to this channel. Okay? Dante's Inferno. Oh, yeah, I totally forgot about this one. Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Why is that one notable? Because the original playthrough on DSP Gaming on this channel is ruined. The music, the copywritten music, all got claimed and muted. So half the playthrough you can't hear. Now we edited it, so now you can actually watch the whole playthrough and hear all the commentary. It's
Whenever someone legit breaks Pignosis, he just says they lost their mind. Well, yeah, he's got to make them sound crazy. He wouldn't be a good narcissist if he said anything otherwise. But now he said that the editor, who he wouldn't even name, by the way, went on hiatus. So whatever the fuck that means.
it's all there. Okay? Plus Red Dead Online gameplay, which became a Suicide King series later on, and more. Now, in addition to that, in addition to the upscaled, remastered playthroughs that I put onto this channel, also, I did what was called Retro React. Retro React was that once a week on like a Sunday night, I would watch my
Did I skip 2 touches? I'll take your word for it.
classic gameplay from way back in the day and actually do live streams commenting over it with all of you. That included Dark Souls 1, the entire original run that I rage quit, playthrough, which is absolutely hilarious.
Are you trying to like get views over here, or what are you doing?
Rise of Nightmares, which
We can read, bro. We're all adults here.
back in December, I stopped doing Retro Reacts. And I told you guys, hey, in 2025, I'll come back to it at some point when we so choose. And it just so happens, here we are entering April, and we haven't done it yet. Okay,
You missed nothing exciting. If you were here yesterday or if you were here 3 years ago, you heard the same shit. He's getting his precious Chick-fil-A. Of course, we got to talk about what's going on at the 90 goal, the birthday bash, and the 100 goal. And now he's going to try to talk about Throwback, but of course he isn't going to say that Darciak just fucking dipped out.
we're still doing new stuff on DSP Gaming, and we haven't gone back to doing those Retro React nights. But in addition, the playthroughs have been on hiatus for a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
You take
you
a
want to
look.
tell us
The
why?
last video was uploaded 13 days ago, and there really haven't been any new ones. So essentially, we're a good chunk into Assassin's Creed 2, and we're about 9 hours into Skyrim, okay?
Do you want to
And
say
so
why?
now people are starting to ask, all right, well, what happened?
Yeah,
You were, pretty consistently releasing,
here we go.
episodes of these videos on there. Well, a few things have happened. Allow me to explain, okay?
Oh,
Number
no.
one, the viewership has massively dwindled. Massively, all right? We started off with these videos
So naturally, no money.
was getting 1,000 views, each. And then it went down to maybe 700, 800. Then it went down to 500. Now we're releasing episodes and they're getting 100 views, if that. That's nothing, okay? It's absolutely nothing. A pittance. 100 views on a video. And the thing is, there's a difference between, oh, I made a raw gameplay video and I just...
You probably fucking owe YouTube money for all the shit and all the garbage. You're like a hoarder that fucking buys like storage units and shit and fills them up with garbage and just fucking destroys them. You literally owe YouTube for all the garbage you're keeping on their fucking platform.
Uploaded it versus, oh, I highly edited this video. I took all the old footage. I ran it through an editor. I upscaled it. I upscaled the frames, but also the resolution. I fixed the audio, so now the audio doesn't get claimed on YouTube. But
you did? You did all that? Oh.
But it's you know, you could hear all the dialogue now. And I did this. I added thumbnails and everything. It's a tremendous amount of work. Tremendous. I'm not even kidding you. One video uploaded to DSP Throwback is about 8 hours of work. That's not me exaggerating. It's that much. It's multiple passes through an editor.
Yeah, but you're not doing it. So are you going to try to say that it was too much work for the guy or what?
It's me watching the video back raw, titling it, thumbnail, all that stuff. It takes a tremendous amount of work to put that content out. And so, I mean, you want to talk about diminishing returns. When we started the channel in early 2024, it was getting thousands of views. Now each video getting 100.
It's not a diminishing return. You've already recorded the game. And you had someone else do all the work for you, so it didn't even cost you time. It cost you nothing. Because frankly, you've already been paid for those fucking playthroughs.
It really gets to the point where it's like, wow, is this even worth the tremendous amount of effort? So that's number one.
Someone else's effort on top of that. Somebody else's effort, you fucking slug.
Okay. Number two, we've already completed all of the missing playthroughs. If you're not aware, all of the ones that were gone, LA Noire, Red Dead and the Red Dead Online, Undead Nightmare, as well as Final Fantasy 13, they're all there now. So all the stuff that was the premise of the channel has already been uploaded. It's done. We were actually extending the life of the project because people were enjoying it, but we saw the diminishing returns happen and we were like, man, this is just, you know, it's not really panning out at this point with the amount of effort that's going into it. Number three, this is being very transparent with all of you.
Yeah, so in other words, this is going to be a big fucking lie.
This is not an exaggeration.
It's an absolute exaggeration. It's going to be an exaggerated lie. Here we go.
I'm spending money on the software to actually get these videos upscaled for the channel. So you have to pay for the software and all of that. The actual cost of paying for the software was more expensive than what I'm making on that channel in a month. I'm not kidding you. That channel, without the streams of the Retro React, because the Retro React streams, I'd make money on the streams. But just the raw content, it would be about, I'm not even kidding you, less than $50 a month I was making on that channel. And I want you to think about that. If every week there's 4 or 5 videos being released, each video is 8 hours of work. Right? 40 hours of work a week, 120 hours of work a month.
That you weren't doing.
And I'm paying basically like anywhere between $50 to $100.
You'd be paying more if you actually paid the editor.
For the software to do said work. And I'm making $40 a month on the channel. Okay? Yeah.
And you really only need to be doing those things that give you that 1,000% markup. Like charging $100 for a shot or $100 to open a pack of 4 trading cards. Really, if you're not getting at least a 1,000% return, it's just not working out very well for you, is it?
And then lastly, on top of all of that,
Are you going to talk about all anyone cares about is Darziak? That's all we're talking about.
I do have an editing team that does various different things for me. Okay, some of them set up videos, set up streams, set up thumbnails, set up titles ahead of time. Some of them do work after the fact. Like if you remember back when my PC was having issues before I got the new one, remember sometimes videos would corrupt. So my editing team would go in there and would pull the footage off of the raw stream so that I have that backup video because I don't have time to do it because I'm still working and streaming. Okay. My editing team were the people who are upscaling, who are adding the the videos together into longer parts, stuff like that. Like all this work was being done by the editing team. Well, some of the editing team basically quit. Okay. So I don't have everyone anymore. So because of that, things have to suffer and change. You might have already noticed.
But if you have a team, which I doubt you did, you had one person, doesn't that mean the videos would still come out? Maybe it would just be slower? Team, because if you had a couple of editors, if you had two, you'd just say a couple. But a team, I would feel, would imply at least three. So can't two people still do it? No, dude, you had one, and they're gone.
Noticed my thumbnails have changed. That's because I'm doing them now. Okay, I'm doing all the thumbnail work, which is, I like doing it, by the way. I'm enjoying
You obviously don't, or you wouldn't have had somebody else do it.
doing the thumbnails. I hope you guys have liked the thumbnails in the last couple of weeks, because that's been all me doing it. But that's me putting in even extra work. All right. So I just don't have enough manpower to actually have DSP Throwback operating right now. Okay. I don't.
Okay.
So, and the thing is, it's like of all the things that are going to suffer, what would have suffered?
If that channel makes you $40 a month or whatever, then clearly nobody fucking cares. If so, why are you upset?
Enough manpower to actually have DSP Throwback operating right now. Okay. I don't. So, and the thing is, it's like of all the things that are going to suffer, what would have suffered?
2,
DSP Throwback, which
3,
no one's really watching, and the thumbnails,
4.
but I can easily make thumbnails myself. It just takes more time. So it's not a total loss. And it's not like I don't have anyone helping me. That's not true. It's just that the people who were responsible for certain tasks are gone now. Okay.
Why did the guy leave, by the way? Was it because he wasn't getting paid? Or did he just get pissed off? Or is there a reason why the guy left? I have no idea.
So you might say, well, so what does this mean? Right? What does this mean?
It means the channel's gonna sit there till it fucking dies, which it's dead, so we're done. That's it. It was on life support. You basically just pulled the fucking plug. That's what that means.
For the future. Well, here's what it means for the future. Number one, DSP Throwback is kind of dormant, and it's probably going to be for a bit. Am I thinking of maybe bringing it back in the future, maybe getting more people or different people to do the work? Yes. However, it wasn't popular. It was at first for the missing playthroughs. That was the appeal. That's what people wanted. The videos that aren't anywhere else, get those live. And we did that. We accomplished that over 2024, and I'm proud that we did, because that was the primary focus of the channel. Get that content live in a way for posterity that people can watch.
Oh, he didn't like the whole King Snake thing? Well, who the fuck would?
Watch it, and now you can. That content is now preserved forever, and I'm happy for that. So yeah, good stuff in that regard, okay? But no one really cared about the new stuff we were doing. Take a look at the views on Assassin's Creed and Skyrim. 100 views a video, it doesn't warrant the amount of work and time and money being put into the channel, okay? What I would like to do, excuse me, is possibly go back and resume the Retro React nights. Now, I just don't know when to do that, because as of now, we don't even have enough nights to cover the stuff that I'm doing. Like right now, for example,
Yeah, we really need this this podcast, by the way. What could DSP do that would actually be interesting as content? I'm not entirely sure that he can make anything interesting, because he doesn't have much of a personality and he doesn't have much charisma. He has a very, very just not funny sense of humor. I'm not really sure what he could do. Honestly, when he's playing certain games that he doesn't just blow complete ass at, if he would just knock off all this rambling and all the begging and everything, if he would just stream and just be normal. The day that he just did the games or whatever, and he was kind of like, loafing around or whatever, he was depressing. But the day that he didn't beg, it was almost bearable. He would do a lot better, I think, if he just quit playing video games altogether. Even just shit like this. I mean, it's boring, but I don't know if he would, like I say, if he would take out all this talk about goals and we've got to hit these goals and the begging, and just get rid of this whole fucking leaderboard, thing and whatever, and just talk and just try to be entertaining. I kind of feel like there are some moments where the shit is somewhat bearable. Basically get rid of everything that's gaming and the news stories and shit as well. Never Blowing Bubbles, thank you for the 2. This is Phil doing a typical board meeting review. You got that right. Winter Werewolf, thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate you. All members have their skip juice, the wheelchair donations, and the snort emote are brand new today.
We're doing Sweet Coden 1 HD remake.
3.
We're doing Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, right? We're also playing, Inzoi, which we just started yesterday. We've got Atom Fall that we're continuing. And we got multiplayer games in the mix, like Street Fighter and Call of Duty.
I don't really even know anyone. The leaderboards and everything, like I'm sure that some people still do them, but this was a really, really, really big thing like 10 or 12 years ago. I like to have the little thing there, to just kind of give some people some, recognition, but you don't need to keep a running tally about anything. But
now later on this month, notably
it would also be interesting if he would just have some opinions about, things.
This week, we've got South of Midnight coming out. We've got my birthday marathon coming up. We've got all this stuff. So with all that happening, how on earth am I actually going to juggle Retro React nights? And the answer is, I'm not. I got too much going on right now, okay? Perhaps in the future, when things calm down and we're not juggling as many games, right? Then we could say, all right, let's bring back the Retro React stuff. Or maybe for a while, instead of doing indie games, which we've actually very much enjoyed, right? We've really enjoyed doing these indie nights. Scale back on the indie stuff and then take those nights to actually go do Retro React, right? Because I just can't do everything at once. It's just not possible. So let's see what happens, all right? But for now, I liked doing Throwback. I think it was
He didn't quit Disco Elysium, but I guess I don't know. He said he had some things to say about it, but we haven't gotten there yet.
great channel. I want to say thanks to anyone who watched the videos, who contributed to the channel with super thanks,
How about thank you to the guy who did all the fucking work?
who actually attended the live streams and supported,
I bet you he didn't get a thank you and he's blocked.
and anyone who actually was a paid sub over there. That's really nice. But like I said, I'm making $40 a month on
Yeah, and by the way, don't cancel those fucking memberships.
the channel. It's not worth the insane amount of work that was going into it at this point. The whole posterity project technically was completed last year, and we just kind of extended it. But at this point, it's not necessarily necessary, right? It's just kind of an optional thing. And it's nice to be able to do it as a side project. Like I said, it's kind of like my passion project, but it's not anything that's really panning out to be anything too important.
Jesus Christ, Blur.
So for
slow
now,
down, dude. It's not, first of all, he said it's not necessarily necessary. Let's start there. And these hair touches, bro, slow down. I go to update the fucking board and he's going again.
DSP Throwback is on hiatus. Later this year, I am planning on doing Retro React. If at all you feel like it would be a good time to do it and you have an idea what should be the next playthrough we do for Retro React, let me know. We originally were thinking Fallout 3, but that was many months ago and maybe things have changed, okay?
Oh, he still has Patreon. You can go on Patreon and give him money. Mm-hmm.
Powerhouse Gaming, as I just said, it's on hiatus. He says, will the current playthroughs be finished? It's on hiatus. There's no one to do it. The people who are working on it are gone. So
The person, let's be very clear. The person working on it is gone.
there's no one to finish the playthroughs, no. Right now, it's completely frozen. It may resume in the future, but as of now, no, the work is frozen, and it may or may not ever continue. Okay? There you go. Fair enough? Okay. All right, I hope that explains things.
Not really. I kind of wanted to know why he quit, but
Cool. All right, we have many other topics to talk about, but our first contribution of the day has come in.
Oh boy, how cool for you.
It is a $2 tip.
He loves getting
It's
all
just
those
an idiot,
tips.
so I'm just going to ignore them.
Aw, that sucks.
People are so fucking stupid, it's hilarious.
You gonna get into a long-winded rant? This is getting kind of lame. Can we get a rant?
Anyway,
Damn.
here's the funniest part. You ready? How you expose stupidity and just
Oh, here we go. He can't help himself. Oh, the poor little man can't help himself. You really think him just yapping would be better? Yeah, because he's about to get unhinged because some 220 shit. Okay, let me be fair. It's better for me because some 220 shit is about to fall out of his mouth. And this is the kind of shit, when it comes to this guy anyway, this is the kind of shit I live for. I don't want to hear, man, I got killed by a fucking grenade. Oh, I got sniped. Oh, blah, blah, blah. I don't care about the video game shit because he rages like a baby and it's funny for like 5 minutes. But the shit that's about to fall out of his fucking face is going to be so deliciously good. The games are a distraction. Take away all the distractions, the Legos and the bullshit and all that kind of stuff. Because what's about to happen right here, because he's about to expose someone's stupidity, this is content. This is the good shit right here.
nonsense from morons who are mouth droolers. These idiots actually think this is a female crown, except this is the same style of crown that Jerry the King Lawler used in WWE forever. It is a universal crown that was worn in England and other European countries for many years.
So apparently everyone saw the Snort Burnell clip and big ups. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to expose someone's stupidity.
It's not a female crown. You're just a moron. You know, also like when I wear my white cardigan sweater and people are like, that's a women's sweater. No, you're just a brain dead idiot. You hyper obsess over dumb shit and you turn it into farces.
No one really hyper obsessed over it. You just kind of get clowned on. It's just funny. That's all.
And you talk about it like it's a fact. It's not. That's in your little pea brain where you believe that because you're an ignorant moron.
Loving that positive content. That right there, that's the good stuff. That's the good stuff right there. For him, I think because this is all he can do. This is all he's good at, quote unquote, is making himself look fucking stupid. I don't really think he could do any content and make it engaging or, make it fun or whatever. He's not fun. If you deal with him outside of the stream, watch some of those fucking things of him with like Panda Lee or him with John Rambo or him with fucking anybody. He just kind of stands there like a fucking putz. He's not funny. He doesn't do anything. He's just there. He's a waste of fucking space. This is the best shit right here. Got anything else? Come on. Aw. Apparently those sweater comments really hurt his little feelings too.
Let's continue, shall we?
Okay.
So we have many other topics to talk about. Let's get into the other one. All right. First of all, let's talk about my upcoming birthday bash this coming Sunday, which will be a marathon style event. All right.
A marathon style event. That one's new to me.
Well, what are we doing on Sunday? First off, there will be booze. I actually have something like 9 or 10 remaining shots. Some are the 99 lemonade shots. Some are the 99 fruit flavored shots. I also have some Fireball whiskey shots, and I have one of the Crown Royal shots. So I have a bunch of shots saved up that we can use as like variety shots during this event. In addition, I'm going to have something else, and I'm debating what to get. If you guys have an idea of some kind of other like liquor I should get, should it be tequila? Should it be whiskey?
You just named 4 kinds of booze. You need more? Jesus Christ.
What do you think I should get?
Nothing. I think you have enough. How about you have like fucking, I don't know, a cup of coffee or a nice glass of water?
Like your opinions. Okay. And I would like to know exactly what it is.
Take some straight shots of absinthe. That's what I want you to do. Or some shots of fucking 151.
That you would like to have me drink for every, certain level of support that we hit. Okay? So let's see. Let's see how it goes. Give me your ideas over the week, because this Saturday I'm going to go get something else to alternate with all those shots.
You need more? Jesus
for every
Christ.
$100 of support that I get.
What about the bottle that you had last time? Oh, is the bottle gone? Bottle
On the
probably
marathon.
gone.
Okay? So that's number 1.
Okay.
Number 2, what else are we doing that day? Well, there's going to be food. and my wife's going to make some, but we haven't decided on what yet. She's going to think about it in the second half of this week, what she would like to make for that day. I told her I'd much rather would have her make some like delicious savory food for us rather than a birthday cake this year. Because annually she usually does make me a birthday cake, but since this is a marathon and rather than me ordering out every single marathon, and the fact that likely I'm going to be ordering out.
He literally said all of this yesterday. I'm sorry, I'm not dealing with this today. He said all of this shit yesterday. I can't.
Lego sword that stands out.
Here we go.
It is called a Minecraft Lego set. And we looked at them last week. We looked at the different ones, and I finally got one. So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Minecraft Lego set that we will be building together during my birthday event. It is called the Sword Outpost. And the reason that this one's pretty cool is because not only is it a Lego set with a whole bunch of Minecraft figures.
Yeah, he don't want her to make a cake because one year she made him like a carrot cake or something, and I guess he about shit his pants, so he don't want her to bake no more.
But it also has a giant Lego sword that stands out. So if I build this, we can actually figure out if I could put it into my background for the month.
Ages 8 and up. Big ups, pimp.
And it would actually stand out really well. Okay, I think it would.
Oh no, you're not gonna build this and like put it in the background. No, you're not gonna do that.
Be pretty darn cool, actually.
Yeah.
So it is 427 pieces. That's about half the
It's so cool. Is this gonna be after your birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese? Jesus
amount of
Christ.
pieces that was in the Lego succulent set. But I get the feeling it's going to be a lot more straightforward because, as you can see, the pieces are like normal Lego pieces. They're not like weird flower petals and stuff. It likely will be easier to build. And the cool thing is, if we build it, let's say we build it and it takes 2-3 hours to build during the marathon while we're chilling, while I'm having drinks, all of that. All right? We can just put it right into the background that day. I think that's going to be something very fun to do. Now, here's the thing. If we start building it and we build it for an hour and we're bored, we don't have to finish it. This could be something that we do later on, okay? But let's see how it goes. Here it is. It's here. It's ready to go. It looks cool. I think it's going to be a fun project to do during the marathon. I hope you feel the same way. That should be pretty neat, okay? Now, in addition to that, we already said also.
Does anybody know how much that is? I mean, I can Google it. I just wondered if anybody knew offhand how much it was.
I would play this other game that's going viral on Steam. Everyone's talking about this game.
Look at him. He knows everything that's on Steam now, you guys. He's so fucking cool.
Okay. Trying to find it. It was on the main page yesterday. Is it not on the main page anymore? It totally was on the main page yesterday. They removed it? Oh, that's weird. Why would they remove it after only one day on the main page?
I don't know, Grandpa.
Well, anyway, it's in my wish list. If I could find my wish list now. Here it is. What did they do? Put it to the bottom? Schedule 1. And it looks really silly to show you. Basically, you are a small-time dope pusher, and you go through the game leveling up, distributing drugs, and basically it's kind of this weird, bad graphics game. But the further you get, you advance, you could actually become a drug kingpin. Okay? Now, obviously, it's very silly. But at the same time, some people might be, oh, it's drugs. It's so cool. I guess we'll see. It's up to you. You guys said you want to see it. I'm willing to get it. We'll play it during my birthday and see how it goes. Okay?
So another sim game. Okay. The hunk of junk is $44.99. Okay.
Andy Worski would love this. Well, I think it's actually based on his life. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Oh, wow. Shots fired.
But anyway,
he's so salty. He's still like so salty.
so here it is. Schedule 1. So that's 3 things that we can do on my birthdays. Number 1, we'll do a podcast. We'll play some Minecraft. We'll build the Minecraft Lego set. And we'll play Schedule 1. We'll also have some food, and then we'll see what time permits. I mean, that very well could be enough to fill the entirety of the day. If not,
It will if it takes you 5 hours to build that fucking Lego set, which it's shown that it could take that long.
I'd be totally down to do anything else. For example, we could play another game that I've already started. We could continue with the playthrough. We could do some multiplayer or something. Whatever you guys want. You know, we'll see. I guess we'll play it by ear. But at this point, I feel like we've got enough planned that's enough for the birthday marathon. Okay?
Yeah, that sounds awful. Him playing Minecraft, which, God, no. Building Legos, which, I mean, I'm not shitting on people who build, who do like that's fine. But him doing it, that is miserable. Eating, begging for money to drink, and then, I don't know, that druggy sim game, that seems kind of silly.
Should be fine. Should be enough content. We'll have a good day. You know, people will probably get me buzzed as I'm doing all this stuff to make it even more silly. Cool. Now, what about Inzoi? Sure, exactly, Fed Rogers says, what about Inzoi? I'm sure we could do some Inzoi that day. You know, silly stuff. It's just a relaxing day. What we haven't talked about at all is the 100 goals celebratory event.
We absolutely have talked about it. I promise you. I'm here almost every day like clockwork. On the days I'm not here, I'm still taking notes and watching all the clips. We have talked about it.
Because every 100 goals, or every 50 goals we actually said that we hit, we would do something special. So far, if you remember, we did a Mega Man marathon. We did a viewer's choice marathon that then resulted in an Onimusha HD playthrough, right? And then we did a Five Nights at Freddy's marathon that was really fun, and we may play more Five Nights at Freddy's games in the future. But we just didn't talk about the 100 goals because
he will never play FNAF again.
We're planning the birthday marathon. So the question is, do I actually do another marathon so close? Like, what if we do the birthday marathon on Sunday, we hit a bunch of goals, and then within...
How about you just don't celebrate your birthday like a child, and he won't hit that in time for the 100. Okay, so how about just don't do a birthday marathon like you're 12, and just whenever you hit the 100, do a marathon. You don't need a birthday party. You're 43 years old.
In a few days, we hit 100 goals. Are we seriously going to do 2 marathons in 1 week?
I wish somebody would go and Jesus Christ. I wish somebody there would tell him, maybe you don't need a birthday party like a child. Why don't you just wait and do the marathon for 100? You know, the one that people are paying you for.
So honestly, I'm just not sure what to do. Should we do something different? If we do
this is such a fucking conundrum, you guys. It's a dilemma. What do we do?
Something different, what do we do? What should be the 100 goals event then? Itzy says, play Mega Man. See, that's the thing. If you were to ask me, Phil, what would you most like to do? I'd be like, dude, I totally want to do the Mega Man Classic Marathon Part 2. Because I bought the game back in January. We played Mega Man 1, 2, and 3. And
I'm pretty sure if you ask for a Stellar Blade Marathon, you'd probably get fucking banned.
That's all we had time for. Now it's friggin' April. I want to play 4, 5, and 6. I would love to do that, actually. But I just don't know.
Birthday marathons make the guy big bucks. Oh, yeah, there's no way. But I would just like someone to ask him, because I want to hear him say that.
What else to do? You know? So I would love your thoughts, but we seriously have to start figuring this out, because if we don't, we're not going to have any idea what's going on, and it's going to hit, and we're going to be like, well, now what? I want to keep the momentum going. I want people excited. I want people enticed. I want people wanting to contribute so we can hit these goals.
I want people wanting to contribute so we can hit the goals. Oh, boy. What's up, Panko Breadcrumbs? How you doing, honey? You're here at Massively Toxic. You'll love to see it.
So what do we do for 100? All right? My idea is the Mega Man Marathon again.
Oh, God, no. Like, I'm legitimately mad. No.
Okay? So let's see what else you guys think, and we'll go from there.
Anything other than that. Anything.
Fair enough? Okay.
I would rather watch a marathon of someone shaving your back than watch you try to struggle through fucking Mega Man.
Good. Some shout outs to do.
Yeah, shake that cup with God bless written on it. When I'm feeling depressed, I just come and I realize how much worse my life could have been, right? Just go to any detractor of your choosing, whoever you like, and just watch a few minutes of their stream. And then again, it's like watching an episode of Hoarders, and then you're like, I don't have to vacuum today, you know. I'm good because I don't live like this. Whenever you're feeling bad, watch this guy for like 5 or 10 minutes, and then you're like, at least I'm not begging for $18 on the internet.
Someone said $2 says, don't axe Throwback. I missed the Bully and Fallout playthroughs. Well, you missed the Bully and Fallout playthroughs. The Fallout playthrough is there. The Bully playthroughs on this channel. I don't even know how you could miss them.
Bully was over on Throwback, but okay, whatever you say. Too much. Thanks for the 2. Why are his dents so stupid? Because they're, how do we say this nicely? They're easily manipulated, and they probably have some mental disorders, mental illnesses, or mental incapacities. There's a good one. But most of the time it's because they're gullible and easily manipulated.
If you have an email, I'm willing to help. I thought it was a passion project, passion over profits. I told you, it's a combination of so many things. Number one, no one's watching it.
I have something against Cucky Koala. What the fuck do I care about Cucky Koala?
Number 2, it's making no money. It's costing more
I do know he's being a cheap ass and not coughing up enough of that do-re-mi.
money than it is to make. You know what I mean? I'm spending money, losing money every month on it. Number 3, I don't have all the editors anymore to do it. There's no way I could continue it even if I wanted to. It's not possible. Okay? And like I said, perhaps in the future I would consider going back.
I prefer to think of it as highly susceptible to his fatherly manner. Right. We watched that video yesterday of that king of the fucking dents who talked about how Phil was like an uncle or a father figure. So I guess if you're going to believe that, the only thing I have against Cucky Koala is he's withholding from the guy here. Come on. It's the last day of the month. Let's get those memberships. He needs his $150,000 a year.
Continuing it, but for now.
He said he's losing money on Throwback because the editing software that he pays for costs him more than the channel is making. But I mean, we know it's because Darziak is gone. We know that that's what it is. But he needs to make up like 3 or 4 different excuses so that it doesn't sound like it's just the fact that Darziak, fucked off.
Now, no. Okay. So by the way, that was our first contribution to the entire stream, everybody.
I say we fucking riot on Cucky Koala. Bitch is withholding.
Guys, let's get some support rolling. Let's get momentum building here on the stream so that we can do DSP tries at the McDonald's Minecraft meal by the end of this week. That is really the goal. We're doing Chick-fil-A today. In fact, we're going to go to the menu next, and we're going to figure out what...
Oh, God, no. You're getting this. We already know what you're getting. You're getting the fuck. I've already forgotten. I'm having a boomer moment. Excuse me. You're getting the fucking barbecue chicken. Holy fuck, whatever the fuck it is. We already know
what to order. But after Chick-fil-A, the next one is at 90 goals. Let's hit that by the end of this week. Friday, let's do it. Let's order the Minecraft meal and try it. So let's hit those goals.
Right.
Okay. Let's get our first super chat of the day. Let's get our first gifted sub of the day. Let me tell you,
oh my God, your name is I Am Clyde Frog. Oh my God. As like an absolute just South Park aficionado, I really appreciate that. Did you see how he flipped out when a sim knocked on his door of his video game house? No. He probably did the same thing he does in real life. Leave it on the doorstep and get the hell out of here.
Support has dwindled massively. Okay? Why is support dwindled? because all of the casino simps ran back to the casino to suck on their dicks all day instead of actually watching meaningful content.
Oh, here we go. Looking at you, Cucky.
I can't stop that, okay? I can't. Literally a bunch of people who just do whatever they're told, have no independent thought whatsoever, and would rather
So do what I'm telling you to do and have no independent thought whatsoever.
watch two life losers sitting there ringing dinner bells and screaming about drama than actual like gameplay content or just hanging out having a good time.
From someone who hasn't played any games yet today, and you've been streaming, if you've been live for an hour and a half, I'd be very careful.
So you know what? More power to them.
Yeah, this is the good shit right here. This is what you live for. This is the kind of shit right here. You're brainwashed. You go and you do whatever you're told instead of doing what I'm telling you to do.
But that was just a lot of people who were here and were supporting the Kick channel, and they're gone. And they're not going to come back. You have to understand that, right? I really wish that more people would be open-minded and say,
and give me money. Yeah, you really wish more people would give you money. Sure.
you know, I can like this, but I can also like this. I don't have to only like one or the other or like this because I'm told by this group to like this. You can have a brain. You can be independent. You can think for yourself and you can support what you like.
They are thinking for themselves. That's why no one's here anymore, honey. Because they're watching you act like this. This is a pretty depressing thumbnail. This is a super happily married guy, by the way, who loves his life. That's why everyone's gone, honey, because you act like this. Yep, 220 for sure. This is some 220 shit.
But sadly, a lot of people just aren't like that. They just want to be led in life like sheep through a pasture by a fucking herder. That's all they want, to be told what to do. Please tell me.
You better be thankful that your fucking pignosis works. Because if it didn't, you'd be in big fucking trouble. It sounds like you're mad. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Sounds like some people are better at the game than you.
How to live, right? So, the Kick support has dwindled massively. All right, it would be great.
Massively? The fuck is massively?
If today we could get some support on Kick, it is the final day of the month, so it would count, and I would, get credit for it right away. All right? Please consider becoming a sub.
Give me money, I'll get credit for it. You mean money. You'll get money right away.
Or gifting some subs over on Kick if you like the content and you like the fact that I stream there, despite the fact that most of the support has left. Okay? So,
that was nice and toxic. Good for you, honey.
thank you in advance. But, like I said, let's get our first super chat of the day. Let's get our first member of the day. We haven't gotten any of those right now, and I would appreciate that support. Okay? All right. I received a $2 tip. There's a gun in the office. That's right. That is a game that we talked about yesterday. It's called There's a Gun in the Office, where you are kidnapped by like a criminal and you're trying to escape.
Dumpy koala in there with the audacity. Look at the audacity of this bitch. Let's get some support. What's the matter? End of the month? Velcro wallet empty? Damn, ain't that about a bitch.
And you're trying to find this gun that's hidden in the office.
Where's Flatman B at? I agree.
And defend yourself against this criminal that's like taking everyone hostage. Sounds like an interesting premise for a game. Maybe we could check that out during my birthday marathon. Yeah, we'll see. That's actually a good suggestion.
Why would we want to play that game? You already hold everyone in your chat hostage.
Okay.
They're all looking for the gun, bro.
Okay.
Now he's just gonna so Grandpa's officially out of shit to talk about. When he stops and takes that long pause and scans the chat, that's his tell that he's officially out of shit to talk about. So he did go for 45 minutes. We're gonna look at the Chick-fil-A menu at some point. So I want to kind of take a vote now. Do we skip all the bullshit of him looking at the Chick-fil-A menu? You guys let me know. We need the whale. We need a whale to answer the call. Mere peasants can't help.
All right.
At least 37, because I'm sure I skipped some and missed some. You want to watch the Chick-fil-A thing, Optimist?
All right, sorry, I got distracted. I was trying to read what a bunch of idiots were saying on Kick, and I banned a bunch of morons. Because here's the
Oh,
thing.
you're such a tough guy. Good for you, handsome. How good for you.
A lot of people seem to think
Some people were saying some mean things about me.
that because content is meaningful, because content is positive, it can't be entertaining. That's completely false.
I don't know if it's positive when you're calling people retards and calling them out that they got to pay you money.
Would I be successful if people didn't find my content
I don't know how successful you are. You begged for $18 yesterday, dude.
entertaining? No. Here's the difference. There's a lot more younger, immature,
I want to watch you watch the Chick-fil-A.
very disrespectful, very immoral people on this planet than there are people who are older, more mature, more positive, and who actually want to do something meaningful with their time.
Bro, I'm
Get
as
it?
old as you.
I know, because I used to be like that too when I was young. I was an idiot, and I constantly thought about trolling and hating
He's so bitter. You can taste the salt.
on this person and dumping on this person and bullying people.
You mean like how you just like totally tried to shit on Andy about drugs, and you've called PPP a fat fuck and all the shit that you tried to do to Rich a few weeks ago. Okay, guy.
And I've grown out of that because
Yeah, I've grown out of that. I didn't literally 5 minutes ago be like, oh, that's Andy Worski's fucking life. Ha ha ha. Drug dealing or doing drugs. Really? Is your short-term memory that bad in your fucking old age, Pops? Hold on, I gotta grab this. This is a great thumbnail because he looks like he doesn't have any fucking teeth in his mouth.
now an older, more mature person who understands what's actually valuable in life.
I'm super mature. Do you fucking understand, retard?
When you're young, you don't see that. Get it? You don't. You just think that everything's fine. Who cares about the consequences? No morals, no values. Get by any means necessary. Grab that bag no matter who gets hurt. Step on everyone. Keep going forward. And as long as you make out and you get a profit, who gives a shit about anything else?
Right. That's exactly what you do. You don't care. People have gone bankrupt because of you, bro. What the fuck do you care?
That's Kino Casino. You want to know how I know that? Because that's what PPP said to me. Literally word for word. He said, all of your supporters are basically just disposable people. You're not their friends. They're not your friends. You don't have to ever care about them. All they are a way to fill your pockets. They're your whales. They're your funding. That's it. And you just step on them and you keep going. That's how they operate over there. That's not me. That's never going to be me. Because that's not who I am as a person. That's not who I am as a creator. So when everyone looks at me and laughs at me and says, oh, your content isn't successful because it's not entertaining, I say, actually, my content is entertaining, but it's just too fucking smart for you.
That's not true. And we saw this in the receipts that Kino Casino showed, where he said to them several times, I'm sorry I was so boring. I know I was boring. I wasn't feeling good. He said that like 3 different times. I ate this food and I didn't feel good and I know I was boring. He knows he's fucking boring.
You dunce mouth jeweler. You'd rather go to a channel.
It's really, really hard for people that are YouTubers and content creators to be like super duper best friends, because that then becomes like a parasocial relationship, and that can get weird and that can get dangerous. I think you should care about people, but you can't get too buddy-buddy with some people because you don't really know. Because anybody could be pretending to really be anybody on the internet. So I think for content creators, I think that's personally a little bit tricky because you'd have to really get to know the person. But even though you can't necessarily be super best friends or whatever, you don't have to treat them badly.
With a big overweight dude screaming at the top of his lungs, literally ringing a dinner bell.
It's a triangle. It's a musical instrument. It's not a dinner bell. It's just a triangle.
Okay? Something that you would attract small children in a field. Hey, it's dinner time, everyone. Right? This is what he does. And he sits there bullying people on the internet who don't know who they are, who don't have anything to do with them, but they just sit there bullying them all day for personal gain. And the people who watch the content eat it up because they're mentally deficient. That's the kind of people who enjoy that content. Mentally deficient people who have no morals, no values, don't realize what they're doing. Not only is
They're not really bullying anybody. I don't know. I don't watch a lot of the Kino Casino stuff, but they're just kind of talking smack about people, which they're entitled to do.
incredibly harmful to people, but also a waste of your time. That's what you don't get. If I can make a living doing positive content that doesn't hurt anyone, then that is infinitely more meaningful to this planet and to humanity as a whole than someone who got a laugh.
I wasn't expecting any of this. This is great. Because we were getting pretty, I was like, oh God, no, a Chick-fil-A menu and I've got nothing else. Like I'm dying over here. I didn't know this was going to happen all of a sudden.
And got a bunch of money, but they hurt people to do it. Don't you see the difference?
Just like how you brought Rich on your show to try to shit on Kino Casino. Okay.
And the thing is, many of you won't. You're going to get older one day, and you're going to hit an age where you're going to realize time is limited, time is valuable. Every moment that you have, every breath that you take is one less that you have on this planet, and eventually.
And look how many of these minutes that you're gonna spend, and of all the flavors you've chosen to be salty. And look at how many minutes you're fucking wasting.
You're going to run out of time. And when you get to that age and you start to see.
What did fucking August the Duck say? Yeah, you're 43, bro. You're about halfway through this fucking campaign. And if you're lucky, and here you are.
See mortality. You start to see the human condition around you, your family members.
No, we're explaining right now how mature we are and how immature Kino Casino is and how they bully people. And he's on his moral high horse right now, smelling his own farts, telling you how great and awesome and mature and super duper and married he is.
Are getting older and getting sick and starting to pass away. And people who you used to idolize are no longer with you. And you know, beloved things of your life are changing for the worse. And you see all this happening around you. When you're not in your 20s and you think that the sky is the limit and you know, who cares who you hurt, your whole mindset will change. Because that's exactly what happened to me. 100%.
What are you talking about? Both of your parents are alive. What are you talking about? Who close to you has like passed away? Your folks are getting older, but like, I don't even have both of my parents. I'm younger than you. So what the fuck are you talking about, bro?
I changed as a person. I became a better individual. Now I don't want to be associated with toxic.
You literally just called PPP fat.
Hateful stuff. I don't. I just want to be me. All right? And so
where exactly was his maturity when Ethan Ralph was talking about Kino? Where was his maturity 10 minutes ago when he tried to take a shot at Andy Worski? And 3 minutes ago when he talked about how fat PPP was? Where's his maturity there?
Oh, it's sad because there's so many people on the internet, all right, that just don't get it. They just think that, oh, everything is just, you know, I'm going to live forever and everything's fine, hurt everyone, bully everyone. Oh, it's so funny. It's not. The only people who think it's funny are dumb people. Well,
he talks about like people getting older and losing people and like going through like, you know, it's something difficult. You know, as far as I understand, both of his parents are still alive. They're still married. So he's not even like a child of divorce. You know, my dad's been dead for years again, and I'm only 40 years old. You know, and my dad's done like been gone. You know what I mean? So it's like, still has his parents. They're still married. He pulls 6 figures a year, 3-bedroom condo in a suburb of one of the most expensive countries in the, or one of the most expensive states, in the country to live in. Got a car that's paid for. He's married. Okay, she's sick, but she ain't dead. I'm not trying to take it away from her that she's sick or whatever, but like, I'm sorry, what's going on in your life right now? That's so terrible. Okay, the bunny. I'm not taking the bunny, you know, away from him or anything like that. It's sad when you lose a pet, but like, what the fuck?
But let's be honest, there's tons of dumb people. Why do you think there's so many popular morons on this planet? The fucking Paul brothers? Are you kidding me? Why would anyone ever listen to a word they ever said? Because they're dumb too. You know, but that's the human condition, right?
Is she really sick though? Yeah, that really is a good. She's sick of him. It's probably the only sickness that she's got. She's got fucking narcissistic douchebag overload.
So as I get older and I get wiser and I look at the whole situation, it's just a shame. All right, it is. But that's what I mean. Like,
If this were any other country, you would have starved to death 20 years ago, dude. If your life got any easier, you'd be gliding like through it like on a fucking slip and slide of Crisco, dude. Your life can't get any cushier or easier. I don't know what the fuck you're even talking about.
I feel like what's going to happen is what happens all the time. People will get old.
Well, here's the thing. The Paul brothers, you might think they're stupid. You might think they're whatever. They're entertaining. He doesn't understand that entertainment makes money. 3 things make you money. Okay? Sex, violence, and drama. That's it.
Older and realize, oh crap, well, I wasted all this time, and you know, people tried to warn me and people tried to tell me, but I didn't listen because I was young and I can't.
Who the fuck is he talking to? This is like first world fucking problems. Like Lucky Gremlin, like he says, he's lucky to be born. Right. These are first world fucking problems right here from this Karen.
Possibly be wrong in what I'm doing. I'm smarter than everyone and I know better. And you get older and you realize you just weren't.
You should never think that you're smarter than anybody because you don't know what everybody else knows. The actual people who are smart, people in this world who are smart have more questions than they do answers. Being an insufferable know-it-all doesn't make you intelligent because half of the shit that you say isn't even true. But you think that because you're 43, that makes you really smart.
Weren't that smart and you weren't that wise and you were an idiot. You know, I look back at my days in the Street Fighter community when I was a troll in that community and how bad I was to everyone in it and how I regret that now, but I can't go back and change it. You know, now it's a whole new generation, only you're not even doing it in person. You're doing it on the internet. You're hiding behind a computer like a pussy.
What exactly do you do in person? Someone told you go to GameStop and get the Switch 2. You're like, I'm not going to leave the house.
Making fun of someone from across
Oh, here we go. Why are you trying to hurt the casino with slander?
the world, ringing your fucking dinner bell like the Pied Piper of retards, bringing them all to the table to throw
Ooh, first of all, it's not a dinner bell. It's just a triangle. You can just say triangle. It's an actual musical instrument.
you money. It's just disgusting.
I know less now at 44 than I did at 22. Every day when I wake up, I realize I'm fucking stupider than I was yesterday. And I know that for a fact.
Okay.
I have more questions now at 40 than I've ever had at any point in my life. But oh yeah, when I was, you know, at 22, 23, yeah, you couldn't tell me shit. I knew everything.
It is. It's fucked up. So anyway, I realize that's what's going on the kick side of things. You know, most people who are watching me on the kick side of things were casino viewers. And now that the casino is so anti-DSP, right? Why? Because I dared to tell them, no, I'm not going to do your garbage.
They're not really anti-you. They took it as far as they could. They used you. They threw you away. I don't really think they're anti-you. They just know that you're a douchebag. And they're done with you. That's what everybody does with you. It's what side scrollers did. It's what truth seekers did. It's what they're all going to do. Hell, it's what I do. I use you for as long as you're funny and interesting and entertaining to me. And when you're not, I'm going to move on with my life. I've gone through times over the last 3 years where I don't watch this dude for like months. I find other things more interesting. Inevitably, like a black hole, I get sucked back in and I end up, you know, back in the Snortex. But I mean, come on, dude.
Drama content. I'm not going to have Steve Cambion from fucking Truth Seekers be my evil villain co-part and we're going to do gaming challenges against each other. What the fuck are you talking about? It sounds
Well, they just had to get you to buy the bullshit because you got because you got walked into that fucking assassination. They just told you some bullshit.
like something a 4-year-old came up with, and this is what you want me to do, and you're forcing me to do because I don't want to do it.
No, he's gone back on that now. He keeps saying that they snaked him. He flip-flops. Here's the thing. He's the tough guy when he wants to be the tough guy, and he's the victim when he needs to be the victim.
But you're still having me do it anyway. So I got the fuck out of there. I cut the cord. They can't stand that because they wanted to be in power. Get it? They wanted to be the power in the situation. They thought,
And they pretty much were, because they realized that you have no soul and no self-esteem, and you'll do anything for $20 fucking dollars. They got you to show everyone your weirdo underwear and wiggle your socks and your feet in people's faces. They had you flopping around on the floor. They got you to admit that you were down from the rafters. They got a lot out of you, dude. So what are you talking about? You were never running the show. They were good enough and they were smart enough to fluff your ego so that you thought you were running the show. And when you realized that you were getting fucking scammed, you bailed out.
that they were going to have to be the puppet masters controlling this
They were, because you'll do anything for $1.
weird lol cow universe trying to copy what Keemstar has done with his content.
You would probably divorce your wife if someone was like, I'll give you $10,000.
That's exactly what PPP wanted. He wanted to have his own lol cow universe. And it's never going to work because people don't want to work like that. People don't want to be PPP's puppet, you know?
But you're doing a very good job of being his puppet right now, and he doesn't even have to do anything. You don't need puppets. Just let the lol cows lol cow. You don't got to do anything.
It's just ridiculous. And
That's what's so great about like this dude. None of us have to do anything. He will do this on his fucking own. That's amazing.
I got out of there, and that's why they hate me. So they're going to sit there and they're going to dump on me every day, and I don't give a shit. All right? I haven't seen a single piece of it. I don't even know what they're saying. I don't care.
Sir, I would like to buy your finest horse.
But it's a shame that people can't judge for themselves and say, hey, well, Phil is completely different.
I'm telling you, if a woman came along, and this is just for, an example, and bless her heart, this imaginary woman, if a woman came along who would cook and clean and do all that shit, and she had some kind of, job where she was able to like cook and keep up the house and everything, but she pulled $250,000 a year and she fell in love with this miserable tub of fuck right here, he'd leave Cat in 2 seconds for someone who had more money. I know it. If she cooked and cleaned and made maybe not even $250,000, if she made $100K a year, he'd leave her in 5 seconds.
That's why he left. That's why he did what he did. Well, I was watching his content, and actually it was pretty good. Or maybe you just,
Weren't we
you
done
thought it was
with
something
this?
different, and you like to stick around and hang out and support it. Well, I'm seeing more and more. I'm getting lots of support on the YouTube side, which I very much appreciate. It's keeping me afloat. It's keeping stuff going well. I'm hitting my goals. But on the kick side, stuff is just complete.
She would be maximum dented, but we got to take all of that kind of stuff out of the equation. I'm just saying, if the price was right, he'd do anything. It wouldn't be like, no, I don't care if you have $1 million. I love this person. This is my, soulmate. I would never leave this person. And even if he wouldn't do it, he'd think about it. Everybody's replaceable. Even the beloved Ket is absolutely replaceable. All you got to do is know how to fucking make a grilled cheese, run a vacuum cleaner, and make some money. I'm not trying to be rude, but it ain't hard to replace her.
Completely dwindling. And it's sad because I worked hard to make that co-streaming work. I've implemented all these changes. I want the kick stuff to work. And I feel like the more that I work at it, and if I keep trying to persevere and stream on kick, that things will grow and get better, but it's just a bunch of time and effort. And that's the sad fact is things take time. There was a temporary insane boost because of the...
Yeah, imagine if a woman made like $100K a year Okay. And cooked and cleaned. And she'd be like, oh no, don't bother, ordering that because you don't know if it'll get here. I'll just run to fucking Target. I'll run to Walmart. I'll get that for you. Oh no, honey, you just sit here and run your little baby bullshit stream. I'll get that for you. Oh, don't spend that $90 on DoorDash. You save that money for Hogan's. I got DoorDash. He'd be happier than a pig in shit.
The casino stuff, and now that that's over, now it's going to take a lot of time and dedication and work to make it work on another platform. For those who are still here, I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. But man, it would be great if you could actually support, because I was getting tons of support from Kick every month, and it looks like pretty much overnight it's gone. And there's nothing I can really do about that.
Your viewers are actually giving you the most valuable thing they have. It's called time. Time's a non-renewable resource. We're all going to work today, work tomorrow, and make our money. You can always make money back. You can do whatever you got to do to hustle to make money. Time's a non-renewable resource. We only get what we get. And these people are actually, whether they're trolling or LARPing or whatever they're doing, they're actually giving you their time. It all depends on what do you value more, time or money. And we know where your loyalty lies. That's why you don't appreciate that these people are giving you their time. Do you know how fucking stoked I am that like 300 people are in here? That is crazy. 300 and some people are choosing to spend their time here. That's wild. Be fucking appreciative, bro, because you're a joke.
Right? It's not in my control. It was a distinct decision by PPP to do what he did. It was always his plan. Everyone knows that. It was always his plan that he was going to turn on me. He was either going to fully control me and use me for personal gain, despite the fact that—
Which he did. He totally did.
that I didn't want to do that kind of content, or he was going to turn on me to get personal gain. So it was either personal gain via this way that hurts Phil, or personal gain via this way that hurts Phil. That was his plan all along, because he had no creativity in his fucking brain. He has none. He couldn't think of any good ideas. Just nothing up there. Vapid head.
Well, what did you come up with? You came up with a wrestling show, which, surprise, surprise, it's because you're in love with WWE champions. What exactly have you come up with that's succeeded? Throwback? Dead. It's been dead. What was it? The fucking React channel? Dead. DS Politics? Dead. You ruined everything with Kino Casino because you were so fucking boring. Your gameplay is just about dead. You don't have any ideas either, bro.
So,
What do you got? Eating fast food once a week. Ooh, boy.
it is what it is.
No, he can't play the mastermind right now. See, it's had to flip. It flips back and forth. It's a yin and a yang, if you will. When money was still pretty good, when the breakup first happened, he was happier than a pig in shit because support was still good, so he could pretend to be Billy Badass. Now that support is drying up, now you're going to watch the shift into victim because everyone's gone and they took all their money with them. And geez, it sure would be nice if you'd come over here and give me some of your money. When he's on cloud, when he's got his money buff, he's a badass. When he doesn't have his money buff, he's the victim. And he flips back and forth. Just like he'll tell you how he don't have no money until you tell him, well, everyone gifted you everything in your setup. And he goes, I'm not a peasant. I bought all this. He doesn't value he doesn't really value their money the way, the way he pisses it away. But you can tell that he doesn't value anyone's time by this rigmarole that we go through every fucking day. This just mind-numbing repetition that we go through every day.
Okay. So let's do some shout outs. Then let's look at this Chick-fil-A menu. All right, figure out what we're going to order today. And I want to talk a little bit about Disco Elysium because I don't know what to do about the game. It's kind of a unique situation I've never really encountered before. Okay? Okay. So we've got
that stream where he tried to rope Review Tech into his bullshit might have been the worst thing he's done to himself. I think we're only in, tomorrow's April 1st, so we got to slow our roll here, but I don't know. Doing that Truth Seekers interview. On Phil's part, that was really fucking stupid. He's a piggy narcissist. Oh yeah, this is textbook definition of narcissism. So it was totally stupid when he tried to, get rich and do all that bullshit. It was definitely cringier than the interview, to be sure. But right now, I'm not quite sure which one was worse.
NVL Roy with our first super chat of the day.
Because he lost whales and pay piggies and stuff when he did the interview, because he lost like rare tricks or whatever. But he lost some people over that pretended to be the king snake too. I don't know. What do you guys think? What was the worst thing? You know, what was the what was the worst thing that he's done this year? Like, as far as to, you know, like, hurt his reputation. What do you guys think was the worst shit he's ever done?
$2. King Phil, the casino is overrated. I told you guys since day one. Did I not say this? I said, I can't stand it. I went over there. And even when I was a guest, like, I could stand it for maybe like an hour. But after that, it just gives me a fucking headache. It's just the same.
That's why he sat in their chat all night gifting them subs and, you know, fucking fangirling over him.
Same tired formula. Find someone on the internet that people call a lol cow. Make fun of what they do. Scream at the top of your lungs. Ring a bell. Play a slide flute.
It's not a bell. It's a triangle, asshole. Josh, thank you for the $5 super sticker. Oh, that's cute. Little hands clapping. I appreciate you.
Laugh maniacally. Okay, on to the next one. On to the next one. It's just the most boring formula. But the thing is, you have to see through the bullshit. You have to see through the Pied Piper thing that they put on to realize this is the most boring shit ever. That shit is super boring. But people like drama and making fun of people and bullying, so, oh, it's fun.
So then it's not boring to, oh, this is a really dented shot. I got lucky right there. So then it's fun to them, so it's not boring. It can't be fun and boring at the same time.
It's not. It's actually super fucking boring. There's nothing of interest over there. Who cares what Ethan Ralph did today? Who cares what Cog did?
You should care, because that damages your reputation. You should care what these other people are doing.
Or Beardson did on a fucking stream. Who cares about Nerds on the Go? Are you fucking kidding me? It's the most boring shit you could possibly make content on. And that's their fucking repertoire. That's what they...
And if you don't want to watch it, or if you don't find the drama or whatever entertaining, again, you have the choice to not consume that entertainment.
They do all day. Put me to sleep. Give me a pillow.
Give her a pill? Give you a what? Give you a pill?
Oh my God.
He is. He's making it worse and worse and worse for himself. He really is. I agree.
Anyway, we've got Javi, Nobody the Hate Monger, with a $2 super.
It's been a bell and a dinner bell. Like yeah, exactly. It's a triangle.
Super chat says, why are you trying to hurt the casino with slander?
Ooh, yeah. Why are you trying to hurt the casino? You're such a positive guy, right? So what would you say if you are an upstanding, since you're a mature, positive guy? You're like the fucking ex-girlfriend that goes out on a date with a new guy and spills how shitty, you know, your fucking ex was. You know, they did this and they did that and blah, blah, blah. Instead of being a mature adult and saying, it just didn't work out. We were like on different pages and different books, and that's cool. It just didn't work out, because that is the adult approach. It just didn't work out. We were on different wavelengths, you know? They wanted to do one thing, I wanted to do something else, and that's cool. Best of luck to them. But yeah, why are you trying to slander him, guy?
I'm not trying to hurt the casino with slander. I'm speaking facts. The problem is, too many people...
Is it factually fucking based, would you say?
Don't understand the difference. All I'm doing is factual observations, right?
Yeah, and we all know that you can make observations that are factually fucking based. Right, says Mr. Excitement over here. Yeah, right. Kino Casino's boring. He admitted to them several times that he was boring. Oh, I'm sorry, I was boring.
Jasper Kitty's going crazy in the hallway right now. He's running
We
all
know,
over
we
the
can
place,
hear his
sliding,
bell.
full of energy.
We can
Okay.
hear. Thank you. Are you going to reel it in now? Have enough people told you that you're acting like a fucking 220?
Of course. Like, someone tipped $2 and says, crazy how certain chatters appear so upset that you would say anything about the casino right now, but then I see those same names hyping them up when they shit on you on their streams. Amazing bias. Of course.
So what you're saying is you see people in Phil's chat, but then you go over to watch Kino Casino and you see those same names over there. So honestly, how are you any different?
Do you think I give a shit about what those idiots say?
Yes, I think you care a lot. This last 27 minutes-ish, 24, 27, whatever minutes, show that you care a lot.
I don't care what people, how
I don't care. I don't care.
dare you say something about the casino?
I don't
No,
care.
how dare they? How dare they fuck with me?
How dare they fuck with you? What a nice way to say thank you for someone who helped you make 40 or 50,000 extra dollars over the last 8 months.
Like, I don't have the right to say anything back, but they have the right to uncontrollably just say what they want, right? No, fuck you.
Yeah, thank you. I can say
Anyway,
whatever I want. I'm a grown, mature style adult. I can say whatever I want. I'm the big boss. I wear the pants until my wife gets home and hits me.
Someone tipped $2 and says, "Are you going to bring back the old rewards?" No, the old rewards were phased out for a reason. Long before I ever dealt with Kino Casino, it was my idea to phase out tiered rewards of glasses and fucking hats and vest. It's stupid. All right, just gonna be honest with you. The glasses, the hat, and the vest are all stupid. They are. They were dumb ideas. The vest was something that happened out of nowhere. Okay, literally out of nowhere. It was never planned. All right, at all. And it just virally worked. People liked having the vest. People talked about it in other places. It led to a crazy streak of support. It was absolutely unexpected and out of control. Okay? And then after that, it kind of blew up. It was like, well, what do we do next? What do we do next? And we did it for years. It was just boring. Listen, I'm a normal dude. I want to dress up in normal clothes. I want to relax and have a good time with my audience. I don't want to have to be playing dress up and blowing bubbles and doing dumb shit. You know, we want to build to awesome rewards like, hey, let's do a special stream event. Hey, let's do a marathon. Hey, let's do this.
I don't want to put on a hat, but what I do feel like doing is eating on camera like a slob and shoving a Big Mac in my face. Yes, that's far less embarrassing to have you chomping and slurping and burping into the camera. Far less embarrassing than you just putting on a vest. Good job.
Let's order some special meal and you could do a taste test together. That's something different than, oh, let's dress up every stream like an idiot. Okay? I'm not going back to the old things. All right? I'm just not. I'm not going back to the old ways. We're on to the new. Once you move on to the new, you keep moving forward. You don't go back, right? Okay.
Did he realize him
Okay.
blowing bubbles turned dudes on? Probably. Probably why he kept doing it. Probably why he did it as long as he did.
Let's see here. We have Cyrax Groiper, who became a sub over on Kick. Thank you to Cyrax Groiper.
Oh, there
Our-
you
our
go.
first
You
sub of the
got
day.
one. How nice for you. That's really cool. Now you can quit bitching about the 62 different
I
kinds
don't
of
really know
support
what
you need
Groiper
today.
means. I think it has something to do with political stuff, right? I don't know. It sounds bad to me. Groiper? Is this supposed to be a positive term? Groiper? Like it's a group on the internet or whatever? I don't even know. I'm lost.
We
It
know.
sounds weird to me. It sounds like groper, like you're gonna grope someone. You're gonna like grab their ball sack or something. It doesn't sound good to me. It doesn't.
Do you go around grabbing people's ball sacks? As a straight man, wouldn't you go around grabbing titties? But you went right to ball sack? That's weird, bro.
I don't find any positive association with the word groiper.
You claim to be a straight man. Do you go around just fucking grabbing balls? Okay. Boy, was the mailman surprised.
It's a reference to a bad word, is it? It means a racist or an anti-Semitic, does it? Well, then there you go. So don't put it on the leaderboard? All right. Well, we'll do Cyrax G then. That's why I asked, because I had no idea what it meant. I have no clue. I'm ignorant to this nonsense. Cyrax the Rapper did a $2 super chat and says, PPP acts like a crazy ex-girlfriend. Dude, did you see his reaction? All right. He says to me multiple times over the course of several months, hey, man, so yeah, I got too worked up and I said things that were inflammatory and insulting to you and your wife, and I'm sorry about it. And I wouldn't blame you if you want to break off all contact with the casino. You know, that's your call, you know, and it's fine. So after him doing this multiple times, I break off all contact with the casino and I kick him off my show, Smart Guys. And he immediately snaps and turns into like a spurned ex-girlfriend. Literally sending me, you F word, you F this, F that. Even though literally a week or 2 weeks before he had said, oh, I owe you big time for this favor you did going on Steve's show. He immediately says, oh, I don't owe you anything. I don't owe you any favors, you F, 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 F.
Wow.
Ungrateful F, F, F. The guy's nuts.
Okay.
The guy's fucking nuts. He doesn't actually understand the best stuff that we profited from was my idea. It was my idea to reach out and talk to them. It was my idea to have a crossover. It was my idea to do the co-op commentary on the Rich documentary. Okay. All that was the biggest stuff we ever did. All right. After that, it was all the ball in their court. So what did they do? Okay. There was one show where I talked with the guy who owns Kiwi Farms, Josh Moo, right? After
Oh, geez, we're just gonna. I thought we were looking at a Chick-fil-A menu, my guy. What is going on?
After that, it was literally fail, fail, fail. They couldn't do anything. Oh, we can't get this guy. We can't get that guy. This guy's ghosting.
That could be why some of the DoorDash drivers won't go to his house anymore. Right. Well, no, wait, doesn't he just have him leave it on the fucking door because he won't answer the door? Could you imagine you open the door to get your food? He just reaches out, ball taps you, grabs the bag. Hey, thanks, man. Just goes in the house.
Nuts. This guy won't do it. But I don't understand. The whole premise of me working with you is that you had all these connections. You had a Rolodex of important people who all want.
Remember, he's healed from it. He's all good. He's moved on. We're not talking about this anymore.
Wanted to deal with me, and now there was access, and we could do all this great content together. And one by one, they got turned down over and over and over, literally falling apart. They looked like buffoons. Now, did we talk about this publicly? Of course not.
Nobody wanted to do anything with you, you idiot. They couldn't get anyone to stay. Why do you think that Gundam wouldn't go on to talk to you, but he went on to talk to them about you? Nobody wants to do a show with you. You suck ass.
But that's what was happening behind the scenes. They had no clout, no reach, no power. They were a bunch of losers. Now, am I going to sit here and dump on them every day? No. So instead, I just kind of ignored it. And then people were asking me, Phil, why aren't
You have been for the last couple of weeks. I don't think a day has gone by that you haven't said something shitty about him.
you doing anything with the casino? Why aren't you doing any work with them? Because they can't make anything work. Every idea that they've had has failed. Literally every one. So I'm just sitting around doing my own thing. And then it's like, oh, I don't understand, Phil.
They are the ones that said this man is miserable and incredibly difficult to work with. And that was also confirmed by what he did when Keemstar was trying to get a hold of him to do Lolcow live. This guy was just impossible to get a hold of and playing these fucking games and just, it acting, it like an asshole or, whatever. And then also right after he did Truth Seekers, like a couple days after that, I went on Truth Seekers and we did a pig roast with me and Steven Cambion. And I was talking to him in Twitter DMs a little bit before we actually did the show together. And I said, I just have a question. What was it like to work with this guy? And Steven also said he sent a bunch of texts and he kept wanting to, he was just a pain in the ass. This guy is a diva. He is a pain in the ass to fucking work with. And we've gotten it confirmed by 3 different people. So Pyrofrost, thank you for the $18, super chat. I have performed an audit and it's been found that I have back taxes to pay to the Queen. My apologies. I appreciate your generosity.
Oh, I
Thank
thought you
you.
had momentum. Well, I did until they ran out of ideas and had no clout to do anything. So then what ended up happening was, we basically didn't do anything for a long time. And then this year we started Smart Guys. And the only ideas that PPP could come up with was completely change Phil into a drama content creator, which I don't want to do. I don't want to be a villain on the internet. I don't want to start drama and arguments with other people. It's ridiculous, stupid. So that's funny. Like, it starts off one way, but then basically their own shortcomings, the fact that literally no one actually wants to work with them because no one likes them. They basically have burned every bridge. Everyone knows that they're bad news. Everyone knows that they're a bad association, right? So everyone turns them up. No, we don't want to work with you. So now what do? Oh, I guess we got to build our own lolcow universe, copying Keemstar. So let's have DSP and Steve Cambion and others be part of our lolcow universe, and we'll all go at each other with staged drama. If I had known that's what they were going to want to do from day one, I never would have got ever involved. But that's what they degraded to. That's all they could do. They don't have any power to do anything. They suck, you know?
Whatever you say, guy. Whatever you got to say to have that cope help you out. Painted Black Cloud, thank you for the 2. Stop withholding all you redacted detractors. Thank you. Lucky Gremlin, thank you for the 10 gifted, honey. Big ups to everybody who got one. And again, Lucky Gremlin, big ups to you, honey. Thank you. It flip-flops to he knew the whole time, he didn't know, he knew what was happening. It all depends on what he needs to, what he needs to do and say in the moment.
Let's see. Jalen did a $5 super chat. I'm riding with you till the wheels fall off. You're entertaining and I love your content. Well, thank you, Jalen.
Well, so am I. I'm just not going to give you a $5 about it. I'm going to ride this till the wheels fall off, too.
I really wish I didn't have this frog in my throat today, but I think it's allergies because everything's starting to bloom outside now. And I get bad allergies when that happens. So my throat is like gunked up today. Okay. Cyrex the Rapper did a $2 super chat. PPP insults your wife because he wants to be here. I don't know about that. I will say this.
I also don't know about that. That sounds pretty sus. That's kind of weird. I don't think PPP wants to be Cat. Virgil, thank you for the 10 gifted. I appreciate you. Big ups to everybody who got one. Enjoy the new emotes that we got going on today.
Yes, I feel bad.
Especially the skip juice, which is my new personal favorite.
Bad because I know the guy is lonely as shit. Seriously.
Oh, now you're going to start talking about how lonely PPP is. Oh, man.
Lonely as shit. 100% lonely as hell.
Big ups to you,
the guy
Virgil.
has
Thank
no
you.
friends. Okay, just being honest. He has no real friends. He's messaging me in the middle of the night. It's like 1 a.m. for me. And I'm like getting ready for bed. Do you know what time it is for him? He's East Coast. It's like 4 a.m.
It's really, really sad that this has all basically been debunked by Kino showing the receipts.
The dude's fucking messaging me in the middle of the night.
You're messaging him in the middle of the night, and you didn't give a fuck that it was 4 o'clock in the morning his time.
He wants me to fly out to Florida to go to a bar to see Hulk Hogan. What are you talking about? No, I have no desire to do that. I'm happily married. I don't want to fly to Florida to spend time with you. Like, what are you talking about, dude? It's just very bizarre.
That was the weirdest thing. I'm sorry. I have to hear that again. I'm sorry. I want to hear this again.
Right? So everyone turns them up. No, we don't want to work with you. So now what do? Oh, I guess we got to build our own lolcow universe, copying Keemstar. So let's have DSP and Steve Cambion and others be part of our lolcow universe, and we'll all go at each other with staged drama. If I had known that's what they were going to want to do from day one, I never would have got ever involved. But that's what they degraded to. That's all they could do. They don't have any power to do anything. They suck, you know?
I'm married. I don't want to go to Florida and hang out with you. Why not? Why does being married mean you can't have friends? What? I've never heard of something so ridiculous. Well, the thing is, PPP said that Kat could come along. It wasn't just Phil. He said, "Hey, bring the wife. I'll get a pet sitter for you, and you don't have to hang out with them like every second of the day. You could go and do stuff on your own. This motherfucker has enough money to just fucking tool around for a few days and do something that wasn't strictly with PPP. I'm sorry, I got to hear all that dentedness again.
Let's see. Jalen did a $5 super chat. I'm riding with you till the wheels fall off. You're entertaining and I love your content. Well, thank you, Jalen. I really wish I didn't have this frog in my throat today, but I think it's allergies because everything's starting to bloom outside now. And I get bad allergies when that happens. So my throat is like going.
My wife just came back from Vegas with her girlfriend. Does that make my wife gay? Right. You know, like when my husband's like, you know, going out with my friends, like, how dare you? You know, you're not allowed to go out without me. You're not allowed to do things without me. Like, we're like, what the fuck is this weirdness?
Bunked up today. Okay. Cyrex the Robber did a $2 super chat. PPP insults your wife because he wants to be here. I don't know about that. I will say this. I feel bad because I know the guy is lonely as shit. Seriously. Lonely as shit.
He looks lonely with the thousands of viewers and hanging out and partying and doing all that stuff. Yeah, PPP, super lonely.
100% lonely as hell. The guy has no friends. Okay, just being honest. He has no real friends. He's messaging me in the middle of the night. It's like 1 a.m. for me. And I'm like getting ready for bed. Do you know what time it is for him? He's East Coast. It's like 4 a.m. The dude's fucking messaging me in the middle of the night. He wants me to fly out to Florida to go to a bar to see Hulk Hogan. What are you talking about? No, I have no desire to do that. I'm happily married. I don't want to fly to Florida to spend time with you. Like, what are you talking about, dude? It's just very bizarre. Again, you know, I've never been in that life situation, so maybe I just don't understand. But, you know, it's just weird. I feel like he really does feel like I betrayed him, even though he doesn't understand that I was happily married. I mean, I am happily married. I'm not looking for a...
I'm happily married. I'm happily married. Don't forget, I'm happily married. Jerry, thanks for the 5. Sorry for withholding. Don't send me to the Shadow Realm. No one is getting banned to the Shadow Realm.
Close friend to hang out with. I certainly don't need to fly to Florida to spend time at a bar with someone. Okay? It's weird shit. It is. It's like, you know...
Yeah, because friends don't go out and hang out at bars or clubs or get drinks or get something to eat or go do things together. Yeah, ew, yucky. Who would want to do that?
Again, like it felt like he was attaching himself to me in this
No, the projection here is so crazy because this is exactly what he was doing to them.
friendly way. I was like, nah, I just wanted to do some work with you so that we could actually like make money and do fun stuff together and we'd benefit. And then their ideas just flopped and flopped and flopped. It's like, damn, this sucks.
This is why you were the one going on and on and on about your wife being sick and your parents are dying again. And, you know, that's why, because, you know, he was really leaning on to you. That's why you opened up to him. Okay. And that's why you never said anything like, dude, it's late. I got to go to bed. I didn't see any of those messages like, dude, it's so late. Go to bed, blah, blah, blah.
I was open to suggestions as long as it didn't mean that it changes everything I am on the internet. You know what I mean? Weird. But no, I don't think he wanted to be my wife, but I really do feel like he had like he, you know, he doesn't have any friends, right?
Whatever you say, man.
Okay.
He's retconning this more for his own sake than his fans at this point. Oh, I 100% agree. I mean, this is all about him and how he feels about, you know, everything. He doesn't do anything for anybody. All that shit where he was saying he was the king, you know, snake, that was all for his ego. This is all for his ego. Of course, it was Kino Casino that was latching onto this guy because they need this asshole. You know what I mean? PPP needs this fucking loser, right?
That's what I thought. Okay, so this groiper term, it's a term for Nick Fuentes' white nationalist fan base. Basically, it means that you're a racist. Okay. I thought that's what it was, but I wasn't sure. I didn't understand. That's why I asked. Okay. Gotcha.
Come on, read Dave's $2 super chat that says, how come you won't say this to their face?
Thanks for the tip.
What friends does he have? He actually doesn't say that he has friends. He just basically said, ew, someone offered me friendship. That's yucky. Hello?
Davey did a $2 super chat. He says, why won't you say this to their face? Because I'm not going to ever be a part of their content ever again.
You don't have to be a part of their content to say it to their face. You could have said it in the DMs.
I'm not going to go on their show. What are you, retarded? Why would I ever give them another
He's really using retard just very openly now. I mean, just no holds barred on this retarded thing.
moment of time? If I'm going to say this, it'll be in my content, so I benefit. I get the views. I get the boost. I'm not going to give them
He didn't say anything about going on the show. He just said, why didn't you say it to him?
anything ever again. They don't deserve it. What did they do to deserve more of my time? You're out of your mind.
You're really making yourself look stupid. Like, take some advice from someone who, you know, really has no personal interest or gain in you whatsoever. But, like, take some advice and move on, bro.
What's up, Game Boy? How are you today, man? So I'm a coward? No, I'm intelligent, you stupid idiot. When you have
Oh.
someone who is your
Honey, you're digging this hole deeper. Honey, stop.
opposition, who's someone who has nothing but disdain for you and can do nothing but personally gain out of your involvement, you don't involve yourself with them.
But you realize you're doing this right now and you're giving them more content. You could just say, didn't work out. That's a shame. Best of luck.
Don't you get it?
They're live tonight. This is what they're going to talk about.
That's how you fuck them. You don't give them the free win. You don't
You're giving them a free win. You are continuing to do it right now. You're doing it right now.
walk into the lion's den like a moron and give them a freebie. Well, that's the dumbest thing possible.
This is the most autistic version of you didn't break up with me because I'm breaking up with you first. Yeah, yeah. That's a really good analogy. The way I say it is, you can't fire me, I quit. That's pretty much what this is.
Foggy Bottom, thanks for a $2 super chat. Ghost, how are you?
You're not going to read his
Oh,
message?
I have no idea what's going on with your chat. I'm not.
That's fine. I'll read his message for you since he gave you $2. My mom loves your chill and positive content. Thanks, DSP. There you go. You're welcome, Foggy Bottom.
Seeing that, Zayas. My chat is working fine. Oh, yes, I'm well aware that every time that I talk about them, you know they're going to clip the content because this is all they do. Again, they're hacks. They don't have content.
But you're giving it to him. So why would you give it to him? This is really stupid. This is like super dumb what you're doing right now.
The only way that the casino has content is to copy someone else's content. Do you get it? They have no original content.
Cool.
Their original content doesn't work. Like when Andy tries to play a game at night, they lose all their viewers. They all leave. They don't have original content. All they can do is make fun of others. So that's what I mean. Like,
And they're therefore making the content their own.
that of course they are. Oh yeah, I hope Phil talks about us today so we can clip it and we can talk about it. Yeah.
I don't think they hope it necessarily, but I mean, you're giving the shit away for free, dude.
I get it.
Yeah.
That's called lowbrow, dumbest, lowest common denominator, garbage content, bottom of the bed.
That's why you had a picture of them taped to a little suitcase thing, fucking whatever, full of poker chips. That's why you took the time to print out a photo and tape it to the poker chips.
Barrel shoveling shit for dumb people. I get it.
But you're not lowbrow. Okay. Sir, Hello? We do got some dead air. God damn. Hello? Oh, now he's got to see. He drew out all the people that have all their things to say, and now he bans all of them. The photo looked laminated. I think it was just the
Okay.
glare, but it might have been. Probably sits by his bed every night. I thought they were my friends.
All right. Well, I have an important topic to talk about. It's about Disco Elysium because I don't know what to do about this game. I'm really torn about this, guys. All right.
I'm not. I don't give two fucks about this. Rolling
Run
on.
and watch the content you don't like. The whole thing that I say is I'm a variety streamer. Come and watch the content I put out that you like. If at any given moment you don't like a game, there's another one of a different genre coming later today. Do you not like Atomfall? Then come back for Pirate Yakuza. Okay? Do you not like Suikoden or Suikoden 1 Remake? Then come back for Street Fighter. Right? It's all different. And that's the good thing about my content. You have that variety. You're never really stuck with one thing. But man,
I'm not really sure how long until his true meltdown. I think he's had a couple of pretty good meltdowns. I think the other day when he brought Rich on and was trying to, coax him into doing that, I thought that was a pretty good meltdown personally.
I'm being told, no exaggeration, Disco Elysium is 40 hours long.
Then why did you play it? Why didn't you do this? Oh, this is really good. Look how happy and positive he is, you guys.
40 hours of a game where I can't even get 200 viewers?
Okay, so he's going to wage quit Disco Elysium. Moving
From
on.
stuff I know, I'm not the kind of guy that's going to make stuff up,
Oh, yeah, this guy's never lied about anything.
So I have no clue. But I know that there's viewbotting going on. For sure, there's viewbotting going on. And I don't know what the intent is. Like I said yesterday, I think the reason they tried to viewbot smart guys is because they actually thought that Ethan Ralph would do a ridiculous amount of stuff not allowed on everyone else that they talk about. Again, the Beardsons, the Ethan Ralphs, everyone who they wrote, the Nick Ricketas, whatever. And I'll just be one of the many people that they talk about over time. Every once in a while, they'll think guys did something stupid and they'll bring it up and they'll make fun of me. And then they'll just move on to someone else on their list and they'll just keep going. And that's really it. I'm not going to keep bringing them up because I don't care. Literally, I don't even know what they talk about. I don't even
Flo Turkemi, big ups, honey. Hope you're doing
know
good.
what they've said about me now because I haven't watched a single second of their content since I dumped PPP and told him I'm not doing content with him anymore. That was literally the last piece I ever seen. Remember, he freaked out and he was like, "You won't respond to my Twitter because you know it's true." I didn't see what's on his Twitter. I never looked. I don't care.
He looked. He saw. He lives on Twitter. Moving on. I can't do this
And
anymore.
that we know that it's profitable, that we want to do. I want to make content on YouTube for as long as I can. It's kind of like an eye for an eye doesn't make sense because then we're all blind, right? If they hit me with a false strike and then I hit them with a false strike, and all that's going to do is destroy channels. It doesn't make any sense to do that at all. There's no one has hit anyone with a strike. I don't even know why you're saying that. No one has hit anyone with any copyright issues.
Move on.
They do. Where do you even get that nonsense from? I told you. If ever.
Move
that
on,
means
big boy. Move on. I can't handle this anymore. Jerry, thanks for the 5, honey. Cannot wait for Phil to copy Sneeko and has a collage, excuse me, of men he doesn't like. Who does DSP like? I don't know. I'll grab this one. It's kind of dented, but can't wait for Phil to copy Sneeko. I don't really know a lot about Sneeko, in all fairness.
Absolutely have to watch Monday Night Raw the night before and rush the results and have it all ready for Tuesday. I don't like.
I didn't realize there was going to be an Ethan Ralph and Duty interview. I did not know this. I have not kept up with a lot of the stuff that's been going on today.
Like that. I like giving myself a little bit of extra time, not only to watch the show, but then to do all the editing for the intro and everything. I like that extra time. So.
Come on, Grandpa, wrap this shit up. Some of us have things to do.
Do I think WrestleMania being 2 days is too much? Do you want to know the truth? I have never seen a 2-day WrestleMania. Since they started doing it as a 2-day event, I wasn't watching it. That first year, I was the COVID year, and I only watched certain matches. I didn't actually watch the whole thing. I've never watched all of it, so I guess we'll see. I guess we shall see this year, because I am watching it all this year. I'll give you my honest feedback then, okay? No, Cat does not like wrestling.
Boy, that was a good hour of some just ranting and raving there.
Okay. All right. So I don't even paid any attention to today. What are we even doing right now?
Trying to shit on Kino Casino.
Where are we at? We're at $33 a support. All right, guys. Now listen. Let's get some support rolling. Let's get moving with some support in various ways.
Let's get some support rolling. Let's get moving with some support. Well done. Bravo.
A bunch of super chat.
You are shook, my dude. You don't even know what the fuck you're doing.
Which is great. Couple of tips. 1 sub. All right? Let's get some memberships going. We don't have any memberships. Let's get some more subs over on Kick, please. Let's get some super chats. Again, who's going to top the top super chat of $5 from Jalen?
Who the fuck gives a fuck?
Apparently, I gave out none in March. I didn't even think about it. Holy shit. All right, here we go. Fires are all...
Yeah, remember about giving things back to people?
Very, very weird and finicky. If you touch them, something might disconnect and not work.
Nice
Jasper.
finger chew.
Hold on. Ugh. Jasper, please stop.
Uh-oh.
Stop messing with the wires.
Uh-oh.
HEPA filter ones. So anything that has a HEPA filter, HEPA.
Don't try to teach this man how to adult. Look at all the, every time I move forward a few minutes, it's like, it's still dead air. It's dead air and dead air and dead air and dead air. Oh my God.
No, I don't have Philips Hue bulbs. This is all, RGB.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, well, geez, I guess that's it. I guess we just end on a fucking whimper as we usually do, as I say every day.
Let's get the chair cover on.
The show just goes and goes and goes until it just doesn't go anymore, and we can all just go fuck ourselves because he's gonna fuck off for 15 minutes. Well, I hope everybody had a good time joining me on the Let's Shit on Kino Casino for an hour podcast. I didn't know any of that was coming, but as always, I'm pleasantly surprised. So I'm not gonna watch him play Adam Fall. I have no desire to watch him ruin games that I might want to play in the future. Flowchart Cammy, thank you for the 5. Got here late. Did he address the view botting from Dent guys? He very quickly said that, he feels the reason that he got view botted was because everyone thought, Ethan Ralph was going to go full 220 and hopefully somebody would see it and, get the channel struck or, banned or whatever. Don't tell me he's blaming the detractors for that too. Yeah, I'm sure he is. Either Kino Casino or the detractors, probably the detractors. But he's really, really, really still angry at Kino Casino. But the last 20 minutes or so, I just kind of skipped around, a little bit because it's just half of the shit that he says is worthless. We hear everything that he's gonna fucking say in the first 20, 25 minutes. So I will be back tomorrow. We will have some fun and do this again. I appreciate everybody hanging out and the gifted subs and super chats and all that stuff. I appreciate all of it. Very, very generous. Like I say, we'll do this tomorrow. I invite you to sub to the channel. But if you don't want to, totally cool, because I'm not your mom. I can't tell you what to do, but I hope to see you next time.